Hey, thanks for joining us. This is the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Friday, February 5th, 2016. Let's get busy.
Hey, what's up? It's Taylor Gray, the voice of Ezra Bridger on Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast.
It's the Jock and Nerd Podcast with your hosts, Anthony and Imran.
Jock and Nerd. What's up, everybody? My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
And he's the nerd.
And we're your hosts for the Jock and Nerd Podcast. This is another edition of Jock and Nerd Weekly. Of course, we're live on Blab. And of course, we're with our favorite buddy, Mr. Rugberto Bambino. You know him, you love him. Also known as Rug Boy. What's up, Rugs?
I bid you hello.
Good Earth to you, sir. I've been trying
Good Earth to you.
I've been trying to spread that around. It's not really catching on. I don't know what to tell
I
you.
haven't been saying it a lot. I kind of forgot I even meant
What,
that.
the good earth to you thing?
Yeah, good Earth to you.
What,
That's
Imran, do
what's-
you think you have some sort of like cultural impact that you're going to be able to influence people to start saying good earth to you again?
You say shit enough, people will pick it up. Look, that's what's called a callback. Now, if you're a new listener, you may not get the callback, but I wanted to welcome some of our new listeners. I feel like we may have
I'm on the show and I don't even understand that reference.
Oh, maybe that
Good
was
for
the
you.
show you weren't on. Welcome, new listeners. This is the Jock and Nerd Podcast, where we geek out about all things comic books, superhero. We are your superhero comic book culture curators. And on the Jock and Nerd Weekly, we're going to go over some geek news. We're going to talk about this week's new comic book superhero shows. We have some listener email, and then we're generally going to have a good time hanging out. That's what you're in for. If everyone in the room, if you guys want to help us out and click that tweet button, tell old bird, that would be fun because then it records a little GIF. And of course, we're live on Blab, this is primarily an audio podcast, but there's a video aspect to some of these shows. So if you want to watch this stupidity, definitely go to jockandnerd.com/live. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because all of these shows I put on YouTube, and very often there's lots of wacky shit that happens in the post show. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah.
Rug Boy knows.
Yeah.
Anthony's always
I
done.
hear about it. I hear about it, but yes.
For
Apparently there's
example,
some shit that happens.
I just want to point out last week's show. Not only did Ruggs meet Martin Shkreli over on Blab and get booted out for starting
Yes.
shit with him, which was amazing. That was awesome.
I did it twice.
Oh, you did it twice. He's been on every day. But after that, Ruggs, remember Annie from Norway, who's a pet psychic?
Oh, shit.
Is Annie okay? Is she okay, Annie?
And everyone did that joke to her, and she did not get it. I don't think she's a
I
Michael
didn't
Jackson.
get it at all. I did it like the first second I saw her. I'm like,
Oh.
Annie, are you okay? You okay, Annie? And she just sat there with this like blank stare.
Oh my dude, she was reading people's dogs from their picture over the Blab, and I don't know if it was bullshit. It was hella entertaining, though. I'll tell you what. You guys believe in
Well,
that stuff?
Sounds like a bunch of weird shit that happens.
I can tell you
on
what
here.
your dog is thinking. I want sausage in my mouth now.
Oh, I want to hump
Give
your
me some
leg.
meat.
Now I go to sleep. That's pretty much it. That's those three things. So look,
I
just
wanna
Sounds
lick
like,
my
I, have,
genitals
sounds like
too.
I haven't really missed anything.
I need
I
shit.
guess not. If you're looking
That's
for
what dogs think.
if you're looking for extra content, check that out. All these links are in the show notes. Now, if you're a new listener, you're like, what's the show notes? Well, every show is posted on our webpage at jockandnerd.com, and it comes with all the links, stuff we talk about, links to contact us, subscribe to the show in iTunes, which I recommend. And you can find the show notes easily. You just go to jockandnerd.com/whatever the episode number is. So, for example, this one's going to be episode 77. You're going to find the show notes at jockandnerd.com/77. Very simple. It's a lot of fun stuff there. And you can watch this show we are recording right now. One last thing before we begin. I was on a podcast about podcasting.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
What?
It's this show is called New Media Lab with Rob Southgate, who runs this local Southgate Media Group podcast network. It's like 80 geek shows about everything from
Where's
comic books to
local?
Doctor Who.
Not everyone that knows where
Yeah,
we're located.
Local is the Chicagoland Midwest area. We are in
Okay.
Chicago. This was in he lives in Elgin, but he's doing this show called New Media Lab, and I'll put the link to episode 9 in the show notes. I pretty much I got to talk about podcasting and what we do here, so it was really cool. It's good exposure. It's a good show.
Cool.
Check all that out. If you're in the Blab,
Good shit.
you have a question, just type /Q and it'll pop up here and I can pop it in the window and we'll answer your question. Gentlemen, let's get to the news.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Dude, we're a week away from Deadpool coming out. Anybody excited for the?
Is that next week? Shit.
Yeah, it's next
Yay.
Friday.
I'll be at the theater watching that shit.
Oh,
I'll
well,
definitely watch
Are
it.
you sure? Because we have to record a show next Friday. How are you gonna do both things?
Oh, I won't be on Friday. It'll be after like all the stupid people go see it, and then
Okay,
I'll go see
yeah.
it by myself.
Yeah, Deadpool. What's up, Anthony Clegg's in the chat room, and he wrote us an email 3 weeks in a row. We'll get to that. I love Anthony Clegg.
Whoa.
And he's hanging out with us. It's great. We've read his emails last 2 shows in a row. Deadpool's gonna be great. Now, this marketing for Deadpool. By the time this show posts, Super Bowl 50 will have aired, and apparently, like Ryan Reynolds is there. There's gonna be like Deadpool shit everywhere. But on Monday, this is
I gotta let me interject really quick.
Yeah.
So remember Chris Sotelo?
Yes.
He now works at Google, and Ryan Reynolds was actually at his office today, along with Olivia Munn, promoting Deadpool and X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh,
Whoa,
shit.
whoa, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sotelo, I've been seeing his Facebook posts. You should check out our episode with Chris J. Sotelo, Power Short Form Filmmaking. I don't remember what number it is, but you'll find it. Really great episode. And he
Somewhere.
moved to San Francisco, and he works for fucking Google. We need to talk to him again and
He
find out.
does videos for them, man.
Yeah, find out some of his
It's
Google
because of this show
experiences.
he got hired.
That's
Like,
right.
I would.
baby.
We could take all the credit for that. Yes,
We-
none of his talent. All of us actually.
We're gonna
That's
take.
what we do.
Yep, we're gonna take. We made that fucker. Don't forget your don't forget your roots. Anyways,
Don't
look,
forget the roots.
after Super Bowl 50 with like Deadpool all over the place, Monday, 5 Viacom networks, including MTV, VH1, and Spike, will run custom TV spots for Deadpool in place of all commercial programming for 3 hours. Nothing but Deadpool commercials.
That's really crazy.
Is this a little much? Do
That's
you
very
think this is
that's
necessary?
interesting.
I don't think it's necessary, but hey, if they want to do that,
I don't know if it, I don't think it necessary. Probably not like Rug Boy said, but innovative, trying things. You have to applaud people for trying things.
Yeah, it's the biggest takeover that they've done, and their strategy is basically, look, everyone's attention span is getting shorter. Let's just hit them with this over and over and over again for 3 hours. Anthony Clegg says, Anthony, you look 12 years old. He's shocked. Anthony's a listener and did not know
he has
what he looked
pubes. I checked. Just
Yeah.
so you know,
Oh, shit.
checked his pubes before
Bro,
we
you
did the
even
show to make
podcast?
sure he was legit.
No, he's of age. He's consensual. So
Consensual.
Hey,
what is
Imran,
it?
what?
What do I need to concede to? Be what am I consensualizing?
What's the
to?
deal with this tissue thing? What's the deal? You look like a woman that's having the vapors in the 17th century. Why you have a tissue in your hand?
Well, sometimes,
He's like, oh Lord, here
Oh,
comes
Lord.
Redford.
sometimes it gets a little steamy in the studio, fellas, and
Oh
I just need to dry off the vapors.
You know why it gets
I'm
steamy? Because you're wearing a goddamn hoodie all the time.
my!
I got the.
What are you,
fever.
Kevin Smith?
Oh, the
I
vapors.
got the vapors.
This
I
is
got the
my
vapors.
little. You don't know what I use this. You don't want to know. Look,
I feel like
You reject Kevin Smith with your damn hoodies and shit.
what is it? Who is that? Stephen King? Look, is this going to be too much Deadpool? Are we going to be fed up by the time a week this movie?
it's
comes
already
out?
too much Deadpool.
It is.
It's already to me too much Deadpool.
He's done like
think it's
men's
fine.
health PSAs, and it's crazy. I don't want to see it. And look, they're not even showing footage from the movie. It's just Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool saying wacky shit. It's kind of, I mean, it's different. It is innovative in that way. So
Well, you don't want to give away all the jokes. That's the whole point of going to the movies and seeing the jokes. If you give them away in the trailer, it's not funny.
and that's a good strategy too. So you just make Ryan Reynolds act funny and do.
It's
wacky
also I think the fact that Deadpool is, first off, you can do these things with Deadpool because he's a character that breaks the fourth wall, but also it's an R-rated movie.
Right.
So they kind of have to go a little above and beyond because not your average moviegoer can go see this.
All this is going to do is piss off all the parents of little kids when their kids see all this shit and they're like, we want to see Deadpool. And the parents be like, we're not starting a petition. You're not old enough. Sorry. Fuck you, Fox and Marvel, for making my kids want to go see Deadpool. Shoving it down our throats. Whatever. It's going to be good. Next thing I want to talk about. Remember last week we talked about Thor, upcoming movie Thor Ragnarok, and how maybe the Planet Hulk storyline will be sprinkled in various movies like Thor and the next 2 Avengers. I was looking into the director of Thor Ragnarok. You guys familiar with this?
Say
guy?
his name. Say his name, Imran.
I think it's pronounced Taika Waititi. Taika Waititi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi. He's been saying, I wanted to see what you guys thought. He's been saying a couple of interesting things in terms of what he wants to do with the movie. Apparently, the script was really dark. He wants to funny it up a little. And he also wants to add a little bit of consciousness to Hulk. Maybe like a Joe Fixit gray Hulk that talks, which I think we need to get to that point where the Hulk has a little bit of personality.
Well, if Tiger Watutsi pulls it off, I'm right there. I love to see Mr. Fix-It.
Tootie Watutsi. So Tootie Watutsi is he comes from a little bit of a comedy background. He was on what's the thing? Flight of the Conchords, which is like a comedy sketch show. He's also acts in a lot of his movies that he makes. He hails from Rakukor region of the East Coast and is of Tiwanu Aapuni and Jewish descent. I don't even know what that is. Is that like an island?
I love Puni.
That's like an island.
I'm a big fan of Puni.
Puni? Taika Waititi. I love his name, Taika Waititi. So, I mean, it's another case of Marvel picking out guys that, haven't really had a big movie and it's a weird choice for this, but I'm all good with a little bit of Hulk Thor buddy comedy and having Hulk actually talk, actual words.
There was a report on Birth Movie's death by Devin Faraci. Two different reports. One was that coming into this script was the darkest one Marvel had ever done.
Right.
So that's why they brought in Taika Wapuni. And then whatever. And then there was also a report. I don't know if you saw this on Birth Movie's death, where he was researching films to watch, and he was watching bad movies to see what not to do. In this
now that's smart. I like to hear
which is a little different.
I like to hear when a director does that. Here's what's not.
Yeah, that's what I always say when I'm watching bad movies. I'm watching them so I know what not to watch.
Do not do this. Let me ask you this though: if they made him talk, how would you? What would you want to hear? Like Ruffalo with like his voice would just be deeper.
Yeah, it would just sound like Ruffalo, like with that modulator on his voice.
Well, they've been using Lou Ferrigno. I think you gotta.
Yeah.
I think they've been. Well, they have. You have to. I mean, it has to be. You're not ready to. We're not ready to see Hulk doing full eloquent sentences with Mark Ruffalo's voice. I think it's got to be a gradual change where it's like he's saying more words. It's like evolution sort of thing.
I mean, if you think about like his vocal cords get bigger, so then his voice would just be deeper and boomier. And
imagine his voice was like my voice. He's just like, hey, what's up, dudes?
That would be great.
Yeah!
I think Hulk should sound like Rug Boy. That's a good move, Marvel Studios. I hope you're listening.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get.
You hope they're clearly listening.
Of course they're listening.
Hulk smash.
They may.
Clearly.
I mean,
Kevin Feige has nothing better to do on a Friday night other than watch and listen to the Jock and Nerd podcast.
Of course, he's transfixed. So look, maybe we'll see. I hope they do it because Marvel, they always have a good balance of like comedy in these movies, and I would love a buddy thing because like the funniest part of Avengers is when Hulk punches Thor, just for fun. Like that's hilarious.
I think Taika had mentioned that too. Is that not the Hulk punching Thor, but the scene where he grabs Loki, he's slamming him. He's like he wants to kind of recreate that feeling in this movie.
I like that direction.
I just hope it's not too much comedy because there's been a couple Marvel films like Iron Man 3 I felt was too much comedy. Thor Dark World towards the end when they were fighting was a little too much comedy. There's a balance that needs to be struck.
Absolutely. There's a line. There's like, if you make things too funny, then it pulls you out of the movie and then you stop thinking of it as a real movie. So, but the great thing is those little beats that are there, there's comic relief. So it lightens the mood and it's a surprise and it's welcome. So if you overdo it, it's going to be not welcome.
You got to sprinkle it in just like celery.
It's got to be sprinkled.
Chicago hot dog. Anthony Clegg says World War Hulk is the end game. That would be fantastic. You lead up, put the Hulk through the Planet Hulk paces and then bring him back as World War Hulk and rock on.
I think that one of the greatest things you can do is take Hulk out of the game for a couple of movies, which they did for Civil War.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he's the heavy hitter. And once you have the Hulk, you win. Okay.
Pretty much.
So he should be in World War Hulk now. He should be there now. That's what he should be doing. And then he should come back and save the day. When it's time for Infinity War, he should be the guy that levels the playing field.
Well, I mean, I think that's what's if that report we read last week with the whole spoilery synopsis of Thor, that's what's technically happening. Like he's there now, and Thor will find him, get banished to that planet, find him. Okay,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Next thing that I got a kind of a
Geek boner.
The Flash Supergirl crossover has been confirmed.
That. Didn't think that was going to happen.
There is a date. This episode will air March 28th, and Grant Gustin Instagrammed the cover of the script for the episode. The title of the episode, it's season 1, episode 18. The title of the episode is also a great homage. It's called World's Finest. However, it's not called World's Possessive Finest. It's World's Plural Finest. There's a difference because this alludes to that classic DC title, World's Finest, that featured Batman and Superman teaming up, every month. They were the world's finest. But is this a clue that they're doing a multiverse in the DC shows where Flash is going to go into Superworld's universe, parallel universe?
Supergirl, not Superworld.
Supergirl.
Superworld.
Superworld. That was the ride at the
you forgot to mention though. I believe this is only happening on Supergirl. I don't think she's coming to
It's
Flash.
not like a 2-part crossover. Flash is going over there. She's not coming over to Flash.
CBS is like, we're not fucking sending our character to CW. You can bring your goddamn character.
That
to
would
CBS.
be a demotion for the.
Yeah, but their character would not even be able to breathe air if it wasn't for the Flash and Arrow.
Right.
Exactly. If it wasn't for Berlanti and what he's done with Arrow, none of this would happen. So they should be nice and send her back over there. Really, the Flash is trying to help Supergirl out by pulling the viewers over there to watch the show. So we're gonna have to review this episode, even though we're not talking about.
Oh yeah, I will watch that one. And to answer your question, is this DC acknowledging that there's a multiverse?
Yes.
I mean, they've kind of already built that into the Flash, wouldn't you say, with all the Earth 1, Earth 2.
Yeah.
It's kind of a natural progression that if they ever wanted to cross over to different aspects of the DC universe, whether it be Gotham or a movie or something like that, they've already built it into the Flash by just saying, oh, it's a different world.
That's pretty smart because, in that episode where
it's just logical now.
There's 52 worlds. We've only seen one other one, being Earth 2.
Right.
This is just another one. That's pretty cool, guys.
Well,
yeah,
I think it's going to be fun to watch, and everybody should tune in for that.
It'll be interesting to see what the ratings are compared to.
Yeah,
I mean, it's getting me, who gave up on Supergirl. I'm not going to watch any episodes leading up, but I'll watch that one.
Anthony Clegg says Supergirl can suck my balls and not in a fappening way. He's a listener, and we're going to call him Tony for ease. We'll call you the Jock. Tell us what you really think. Tony.
You can have 3 Tonys. You can have Tony.
They've done
feels
it
good.
You would have to spell it with eyes, though, right?
But that last Tony is really tone because it's like Tone. So it's Tony,
right.
Tone. Nobody ever got that right. All right, Anthony, you're gonna like this next bit of news. Seasons
listening.
1 and 2 of Young Justice are on Netflix.
That's cool.
How young?
Young enough. Not too young.
They're old now, but they were young.
They're old now. I guess season 2 hadn't been on. So, we love Young Justice. We've had Greg Wiseman on the show, episode
producer of Young Justice.
Producer of Young Justice, creator
and that Star Wars Rebels show with that intro you played.
Star Wars
That's
Rebels.
right.
That's why I played the intro. I was just playing it to play it because I like to hear Ezra Bridger say the Jock and Nerd podcast. But Greg Wiseman's come out and tweeted stuff like, look, you want to see Young Justice season 3? The best thing you could do is watch all the episodes over and over on Netflix. Basically, he's saying jack up these ratings for the show, and Netflix may possibly pick it up for a 3rd season, which would be awesome. And I don't see why they wouldn't.
My advice is just put it on and just don't even watch it. Just let it run the whole thing. Just start it because when you just turn Netflix on, it just plays every episode after and after. Yeah. So just turn it on and just walk away and forget about it.
Everybody just grab an iPad or your phone or a device, set it and forget it. And pretty soon we'll have Young Justice season 3, possibly.
Isn't it great? You can manipulate that. It's great.
If that's all it takes, fucking everyone turn your shit on right now and let it run. But that would
Young
be cool.
Justice was fantastic.
It'd be great to see a 3rd season, man. Everyone is clamoring. They had that hashtag campaign and
well, do you remember how season 2 ended?
It didn't end on a cliffhanger. No, refresh the nerd's memory.
So they beat I forgot how they beat the
Hold on.
whatever the alien group
Okay.
was. I mean, this is like 4 years ago, 5 years
I
ago.
guess you can't
Spoiler,
really
but all right.
spoil this.
What is that? Whatever the hell that alien group was with the Beatles and shit.
Oh yeah,
but they beat them. The what?
I can't remember the name.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. But then Vandal, Vandal and like some of the secret society or whatever they were called in there. I forget what they're called too. Wow, it's been a long time. But Vandal makes a visit to Apocalypse and is talking to Darkseid. So they were teasing Darkseid was going to be the main baddie in season 3.
I may go back and actually watch both seasons. It's been a while, and now that it's like so easy to watch it, I'm gonna just start at the beginning. And I know I'll get sucked in, and I want to watch the whole thing.
It was made for binge watching. I mean, it was a very continuous thread throughout each season. So I mean, it wasn't like one-off episodes.
Like a very mature show for a cartoon. Like a great writing, great characters, on par with television shows.
If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it. Highly recommended. Do yourself a favor. Check out Young Justice season 1, 2 on Netflix. Maybe we'll get a season 3. Just 2 more things. Zack Snyder was on the Opie and Anthony show yesterday.
No.
And Opie kind of hung up on him. It's pretty
purposely.
Funny. Yeah, he was. They got him back on afterwards and did a whole interview. But he starts talking about. Because there was like a 3-second delay, and that was Obi just like that was getting on his nerves. And then the Stangles, who are like their assistants, they were asking geek questions about Batman versus Superman. And right at the middle, Opie's like, "All right, enough." And he hangs up. He goes, "Who cares about Batman?" And he's like, "How much can he talk about Batman?" And they're all like, "You know who he just hung up on? That's one of the biggest directors ever." It's pretty funny. There'll be a link in the show notes to the audio. I love when sometimes they do that, and sometimes they play the quiet game where they'll have a celebrity on, and then they just won't say anything, and they'll just leave them on, and it gets very awkward and uncomfortable and really funny. But I was secretly happy Opie hung up on Zack Snyder.
Oh shit!
That was the only thing.
Finally, was there anything of value in that at all?
No, he was there talking about Doritos. They're doing something with the Super Bowl and Doritos. And then he's just, his same bullshit about Batman and Superman and why it's going to be great. Got to have the Justice.
So nothing new. He did like the Donald Trump speech. It's going to be great.
Yeah, you're
going to love it.
So pretty useless news bit there, Imran.
Just listen to where he hangs up on him. It's like in the beginning, in the first couple of minutes. It's funny. Finally, one last thing. This is the news, but I'm a huge Simpsons fan. And I want to turn people on to this Frinkiac search engine. Have you seen this, Ruggs?
No.
It's at Frinkiac.com. Somebody parsed through all first 15 seasons of The Simpsons and has a database cataloged 3 million screenshots. So you go to Frinkiac.com, type in any word that you kind of remember in a quote, and it pulls up like a bunch of screenshots where they said that word in the show. It's pretty crazy. Wow. And you'll get lost in there for hours. That's a lot of work. That's a 3 million screenshots.
I'm going to look up Rug Boy and see if that was mentioned at any point.
And then you can meme it. So it's a lot of fun. That's some pretty dedicated Simpsons work there. Good job, Frinkiac.
I gotta check that out.
Oh my Glavin. Okay, let's get to the TV shows. Glavin and my Hyven.
Jock and Nerd.
Spoiler alert.
This is the part of the show where we're going to spoil all of this week's comic book superhero shows. So I hope you watched them. Well, 4 of them, not all of them.
4 of them, yeah. We're done with 2 of them.
We're done with 2 of them. We're going to start with this week's Agent Carter on Marvel Studios, season 2, episode 4, titled "Smoke and Mirrors."
Okay.
This was kind of a cool episode. We got some flashbacks of Carter and Frost kind of paralleling their lives. I liked learning about them and their motivations. Some of it was kind of silly, and you're like, what? What I understand is why Peggy was like in love with that idiot. That guy was such a tool.
That was a little stupid.
Anthony Clegg, fuck Agent Carter. Well, get to your email in a second. Tony wrote in with an email, and we're going to get to that.
Oh, I want to hear this.
Okay, so this is what Anthony has to say. By the way, Anthony Clegg gets one of these. This is the 3rd week in a row he has written in. I love that commitment and engagement with the listener. You guys can do the same. Just email show@jockandnerd.com. Anthony Clegg says, another reason I hate Agent Carter is that it populates the myth that us Brits all live in stately homes and dream about slaying dragons. I work in purchasing. I've come to the conclusion that Americans love it because they think we are all like that, when in reality, we have been exposed to so much American culture, we are more like you. I foresee a future where we carry guns and you guys sort out all your issues by demanding a duel. I like your idea there. I think that's what should happen.
No, thanks for writing in, Tony.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that British people don't duel?
They don't duel.
Even
They don't
with Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
They don't slap each other in the face and go, "Rah, rah, I challenge you to a duel."
They don't all go to Hogwarts and become magicians. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. I thought they all like were secret spies and they slept with every woman they see.
They all had bad teeth.
It's very misleading.
Yes.
We're all wizards and witches. They duel with their cocks, Anthony said. So that explains a lot.
Yes.
I like
Geek boner.
good one.
These are all things I learned from watching British TV. That sometimes for no apparent reason, a man will be half naked running around in fast
women.
motion with a lot of half naked women, and then there'll be a music behind it going. Let it snap.
He just turns around. He has a silly hat and he's holding like a cup of tea for no reason.
I thought that happened all the time.
I love that show.
Let's get back to our show.
Anyway,
Sorry.
No, it's cool.
Agent Carter, what do you guys think of these flashbacks and the backstories of Whitney Frost and Peggy Carter?
I think I saw it in your show notes, and I have to agree. It's like they're kind of the same character, and they've kind of like chosen their own paths. But you're right. Now that I hate that Peggy Carter, who's this smart, independent woman, was locked into a relationship with such a douchebag. Like, get her away from having relationships with people right now.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to see that.
These relationships,
Like her looking longingly into what man, I'm forgetting the African American guy's name.
Wilkes.
But Wilkes, like that's to me is like, yeah, I'm not cool with that.
I call him Ghost Dad.
Ghost. What a Bill Cosby's finest roles.
Overall, I like the show. I think it's good. I think Jarvis is hilarious. I think Peggy Carter is well done. I think she's actually kind of funny too. Her straight woman to Jarvis's like wackiness is great, and I like the plot. I like figuring out what's going on and learning more about these characters. It's a short. I mean, there's only like 2 episodes left, right?
I know.
I think it's only 6 episodes.
I
think it's only 6 episodes.
I think you're right because I've seen promos for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. already coming.
Wow, they're gonna wrap it up in 2 episodes. Doesn't seem likely.
But the point I think is that it's running pretty quick. So I mean, it's you're not in for a long haul. That you're going to get this story and it's going to be done, and you'll be good with that.
You don't got to worry about filler shit. It's Tony in the chat says it's cheesy as shit and it's offensive to you Brits. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. You're probably right. They're just.
It might be offensive to you guys. I don't know. I'm not British.
Fuck you. How about that? The show's not in America.
But I like its cheesiness.
No, I mean I don't know. I'm not British, so I don't know if it's offensive.
It's different cheesy than like Legends of Tomorrow cheesy, but I love the. It's very consistent. I do love the look. I love the cars. I just love the old school,
the look is nice,
pristine cars, and the Hollywood in the 40s. It was creepy that Whitney Frost, like, she had Uncle Bud the line, but I loved how instead of the mask, wearing a mask as Madame Mask, her mask is her face now as an actress, and the more she like absorbs people with the black goo, the more her real true self is like cracking through her face.
She also had like the mask. I think she in one scene had the mask in the background.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of masks in the flashback and in shots with her. There's masks in the background, so they're alluding to this Madame Mask, but they've kind of taken a nice flip on the mask motif.
Yeah.
Whereas even her brother was like, really, this douchebag? Like, I didn't like. She folded so easily, and it took her brother's death to actually join up and be badass. But they both were always going to be these people, despite of their yeah.
They're both ambitious and they're both going to be formidable. It's cool that they're creating like her, the anti Peggy, her nemesis. It's good.
You could see too that as children they were both what they initially wanted is what they're turning out to be, and it was the world around them that was forcing them to be something else at the time, and then they end up coming back to what they've always wanted to be as kids.
I mean, you want to know what else I like?
Yeah.
Is that they're not tied together. Their stories are completely independent and parallel, and they're not tied together. If they fucking tie them together, they should just. This is the nexus point where they meet.
I can see
at this present time.
I can see them kind of pulling that though. Very.
Gotham would do that.
You're gonna lose all respect for that.
Supergirl would do that. Yeah. Why? I like it when it's independent and it's just kind of fate and destiny that these two ended up where they are, and now they're mortal enemies. I love where it wasn't at the end where they're like, "What are you?" And I just went, "I'm Batman," before she could answer, but she goes, "Whatever."
Everybody has to say that. Anybody ever says, "What are you?" You have to say, "I'm Batman."
Yes, that is the correct answer from here until the end of time. You can't not say
exactly.
So
if you say it like that, "What are you?" You gotta say them.
I said it out loud, like instinctively. There was nobody around. It was just a trigger. He goes, "What are you?" I go, "I'm Batman," out loud. I was like,
even in a Spider-Man movie, like if someone asks him, "What are you?" Spider-Man should just say Batman just to be funny.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm Batman," and it would be funny.
What did you? Yeah. I was gonna say that the other things that happened, the audit on the SSR as they were about to Arena Club.
Vernon is being a dick. They pretty much they had them in their rights. They were about to bust that club, and you knew someone was gonna stop them because Vernon is powerful, and I'm looking forward to a Vernon Peggy showdown, which they kind of had. He told her, he's like, a tidal wave is coming. I don't know what he meant by that though. Something's coming.
Yeah. Well, he's clearly in cahoots with the Arena Club. Yeah, Jarvis.
I love Jarvis's line when he got stabbed. She's like, "How you doing?" He goes, "Jarvis," and then falls over. Hashtag Jarvis, people.
He was great.
What about the interrogation? That was cool.
I like that too. Infecting him with just a really strong cold.
Oh, they faked it, yeah.
And they tell him it's malaria, and it's really just a strong cold.
That dude, that was that. Am I confusing this? That was that dude, Hunt, or
yeah,
Hunt. Right?
Their bodyguard, right? The guy that is protecting Whitney Frost and her husband.
His first name is Mike.
His brother Mike. You went back with this love triangle business again. I'm just like, why? Like, she's making goo eyes at Wilkes, and now Sousa is like making goo eyes at her, and something's gonna happen with. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you wasting time on this?
I just would have liked to seen Wilkes just not be in the picture in terms of a love interest, and it be Sousa. If they're going to go the love interest route, I'd rather have been Sousa still kind of just pining over her and kind of her still like noticing him, but not giving him his full attention. Her giving him her full attention because she's still just busy with her work.
He's not even tangible. What are you doing? They're never going to figure it out. And then there's more black goo. Whitney Frost goos up the guy at the end too, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She closes all the blinds and
that's
when
up. she shows her husband, because I did like that she's a scientist and she had white lab rats delivered to her to practice. How do I black goo these things? What does it take? And then she's like to her husband, check this out. Hold on a second. I got this. She fucking chokes him and goos him up. It was great. And then
it's very, and there's no body. It's just very easy cleanup.
That was a very convenient way out of it because he was threatening them. It was going to be messy. And she's like, "Nah, I got this one." So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I guess we got 2 more shows to go. We'll see how they wrap it up. I like that there's no filler, that they don't have time for filler, and they're gonna have to move this shit along.
I agree. I'm enjoying the show, and knowing that it's not that long, I don't need to be as fully invested because I know it's just going to move at a quick pace.
Yeah, it'll be over quick. You can move on to the next thing.
Right.
Moving on to the next thing. Let's move on to the next show.
Jock and Nerd.
Prepare to be spoiled.
Oh, you better prepare, bitches. Because we're going to talk about this week's episode of The Flash on CW. We're on season 2, episode 12. This episode was called The Fast Lane, although I don't, it wasn't very fast, really, was it? Not a lot happened.
No, it was slower.
Oh, I mean, you definitely,
very slow.
After last week's episode, you needed a little change of pace. So I think it was good. I thought this one was good too. Wally West obviously being obsessed with cars and Iris kind of taking it on her own to try to stop him. I did think it was time that someone was like going to stand up to him and not and tell Joe to stop pussyfooting around his own son.
Yeah,
I know. I want to punch this guy in the face.
Yeah.
Really, Wally West is being such a dick to them for no reason.
Yeah, he's a real big dick.
Relax, Joe. Every episode's like, look, we care about you, you jackass. What's the problem? I liked a couple of things. It felt a little disjointed in terms of like the tar pit shit had nothing really to do with the other thing.
No.
It was like two separate things. I did like Cisco builds an app to find metahumans, and he's like, did I just create metahuman Tinder? That was a great line. And then the other my favorite Cisco line was like, who's the best hacker in the world? And Barry and Caitlin both go, Felicity Smoke, like at the same time.
Yeah, without
right
missing
away.
Yeah, it was good.
No, that's not cool. Come on, I thought we were friends. But Tar Pit, what do you think of Tar Pit? Dude gets dropped in a boiling vat of tar just at the exact moment that the particle accelerator exploded. Also, what is it, like a year ago now? And
It's okay for the freak of the week. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Freak of the week. He is from
Jeff. He's pretty recent. Yeah, Jeff Johns created him, I think.
Jeff
right?
Johns created him in the 2000s.
It was, you could tell that he was freak of the week, and like the writers didn't really care about him because his end battle scene was like glossed over. Like they barely paid any attention to him. They just literally needed a villain just to captivate your interest for a little bit, for Flash to fight, but that wasn't the main story. That was like the third or fourth storyline in this episode.
Yeah, but I don't know what I don't like, that the car race guy was involved with him.
Yeah,
and why are they linked together? That was bullshit. I call bullshit on that.
Yeah. He was another guy that was there with them. Just one of his cronies or criminal.
That was too convenient.
The shoehorning, tying everything together.
Yeah, they wanted to link him to the race so that Iris could be at the race and Flash is slower and Flash doesn't save. It was a bunch of coincidences that they wanted to link so that all these characters could be at the race at the same time.
That was the fatal mistake in the script, I think.
Yeah.
Tar Pit CGI also wasn't maybe the best at his final form. He was taken down really easily. No. But all of that, and then so then the other thing is there's that Wally and Iris drama, but all of this really was just a way for them to get to make this breach implosion device, a device that can blow up the breaches. And Wells has been stealing he stole Barry's Speed Force a little bit.
That was the main storyline, that Wells stealing Flash's.
And he's meeting with Zoom like a jackass. He's pretty much like, well, I wish there was another way, but there isn't. And he hears Barry like talking about it, struggling, and I guess he feels bad. And he comes clean about the whole thing, about stealing the thing and working with Zoom. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty big. That Wells actually had this conscience to turn around. And all that was just so they could go, okay, let's go to Earth 2, everybody. Field trip.
But don't they have a weapon to kill Zoom now? They got the speed sucker.
Do they?
They got the mighty speed sucker. Like, why do they need...
Yeah, Wells took Turtle's speed or slowness things.
Speed.
Yeah. So yeah, that might be a factor. I liked it. Because this was going down the same path of last year or last season where it was mirroring Wells betraying them. Right. But this time they did a little twist on it, and this Wells actually kind of felt bad about it and was willing to sacrifice his own daughter for the fact that more people were going to get killed. He was being selfish, and he realized it.
I think he realizes also that these guys are going to, they're going to rally behind him and help him get his daughter back.
Yeah.
I think he knows that.
He's realizing the importance of a team, and he was always been a loner, and he's seeing all these people around him that are so supportive of him, even though he still is kind of a jackass, and he's realizing he can if he's on a team, maybe he could get his daughter back a lot easier than doing it on his own.
It's also a good device to show everyone that he's turned a leaf, and he turned turned a corner in his life where he can be a team player and can care for people. Like, so he sacrifices. So it's a really good thing for him to do. Yeah, to show everyone that he's turned around.
I did not see that coming, and I love Barry actually defending him, saying, yes, look, I know he lied to us and all this, but we need to help him. We should still help him.
Barry's kind of taken on a leadership role in this episode too, because he's always kind of reacting to things.
Yeah.
And this one, he's more like, no, we're not just going to leave him in jail. We have to help him do this.
I mean, I guess it's all due. I did like the bit where he was too slow to stop that shrapnel from hitting Caitlin.
I like that too.
Maybe that was also part of Wells 2's decision to like, look what I did. That's but man, that was a great. I did not see that coming. That was a
shit.
I was like, what? And this coming up, there's a 2-part Earth 2 episode. It's going to be a 2-parter where we're going to meet Killer Frost and Deathstorm. Robbie Amell as Evil Deathstorm, and I guess Joe gets to sing. I guess he's a singer over there. We all know he's in the I guess people, because they're all from Glee, people have been wanting him to sing and shit. He was in Rent.
I got a couple more points.
Already?
I read on Birth, I can't take credit for this point, but they did a really good job. Birth Movies Death pointed this out in their review, that Flash, he's missing his dad, and Joe is kind of paying a lot more attention to Wally because that's his actual son. So Barry's kind of left without a dad. So that's why in this episode you see him palling around with Harrison Wells, because that's his pseudo dad as well from last season. Yeah, and he's trying to like suck up to him and help him, and that's why he was like kind of bothering Harrison Wells the whole time. Is that that's his new dad at this point.
So we have Ghost Dad and Pseudo Dad.
Yeah, Ghost Dad. You got Harry Dad. But I like that those scenes where he's like, "Oh, I miss this. I know you're not him, but." It really meant a lot to me, and I miss like working with Wells, even though you're not Wells. Where it was really Ebar.
So what's up with this thing that he reads a book for 20 minutes and then he remembers it and then he forgets it? Like, why does that happen?
I guess part of his power. We learned a little bit more about his power, that he could speed read. He's speed reading physics books, and he goes, I'll be good for about 30 minutes. So I guess his short-term memory is supercharged. And I loved Wells too was like, that's annoying, right? Stop that. That's annoying. He was just annoyed by the fact that he's studied his.
That's such a useless power, though.
Yeah, but what kind of?
I can learn something for 30 minutes.
He could only
give me that
30 minutes.
Give me that English to Spanish dictionary while I go order some food.
He had to refresh. Like he's like, okay, I got. But an interesting. I like that interesting use of his power. I did not know that he could do that. That was like a short-term memory is supercharged also.
Oh.
So you want to know? I got a prediction for what they're going to do. How to get Zoom.
Oh, and who do you think is Zoom, and how are they going to get him?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay,
I don't know who. But
by the way, what a great mystery though about Zoom. Like the fact that they've been able to keep us guessing this long is awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
It's true.
I think now that they were able to close the portals or whatever, they're going to close all of them except one, so that they know one entrance where Zoom is coming in and out. That's what I would do.
Well, I
close all of them except one, and then
I thought he
said
that. Yeah, I thought he said that in
the show.
No.
They said they were going to close all of them and be like, Harrison was like, close all of them, and you'll never have to deal with Zoom again. Just close.
So now there's one hole.
Yeah, but now I would think they're going to do one hole. They're going to go to the Earth to get Jesse out, and then close it down to one hole. One nice point hole of penetration for Zoom.
One place.
One
opening.
But really, that was huge because Wells was volunteering to just send me home, shut Zoom with me, let us die. I don't care anymore. And Barry's like, look, he couldn't do that. He couldn't do that to him. And but some of his humanity may have rubbed off on Wells too. And you get that nice little confession.
I mean, the show is better. The show is getting pretty good. I mean, it's grown on me. I used to really not like it in the beginning, and I kind of start liking it now.
They've grown.
Wow, I don't know, coming around. That's unbelievable.
I mean, I don't love it, but I'm liking it. I think because Arrow's sucking so bad.
Oh my god! You know what?
That's everything else is.
That's a good segue. Let's just
let's go to Arrow. Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
Hey everyone in the blab, thanks for checking out the Jock and Nerd podcast. This is the Jock and Nerd Weekly. If you hang out till the end of the show, we're going to open it up and geek out with you guys. We are now talking about this week's episode of Arrow. Season 4, episode 12, Unchained. This episode was kind of a mess, people. There was a lot.
Absolutely.
There was a lot.
I have no idea what's going on.
I disagree, but you guys can go ahead.
There was like 7 plot lines going on at once.
I'm trying to understand this. Why? Okay, Damien Dark was running for governor or mayor or whatever fucking office, and now his wife is running for mayor?
Was he running?
No, Damien Dark was always behind the scenes. He was never running. He's always taking out political candidates behind the scenes.
I mean, he's.
But wasn't he like talking about how he's going to save the ocean and the bay and this and that and whatever? So now he's got his wife running for office against Ollie.
I think
that's just stupid.
The justification is he realizes he's going to need someone in power to actually be a face, and why not be his wife who's on board with what he's doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird that we learned that now.
I just feel
like they just threw that in there.
This episode was a lot of, remember this plotline? Remember this storyline? Remember these characters? Oh yeah, remember her and this thing? Like, holy crap. It was fun. I don't know, it was fun, but there was a lot. Nothing got enough time. It felt a little bit kind of rushed.
Yeah, Malcolm shows up.
Malcolm, again, Anthony
what is Malcolm doing?
Where does Malcolm come from every time? Every time he just pops out of just off screen.
He's like,
shadows.
I just stopped in town to kill somebody, and hey, what's going on?
Wanted to get an In-N-Out burger. I thought I'd say hello. Look, so
they did acknowledge in prior episodes that like him popping out was just kind of weird. Like, where do you show up all the time?
It's so hilarious. So
he must have like a really fast plane.
He does the secret entrance to everywhere. Okay, look. Hey, remember Nissa, that she was in jail? It starts with Nissa and Nanda Parbat. She breaks out. And then they're chasing this like parkour thief dude who almost lets Thea fall to her death because the bloodlust is killing her. And it turns out it's Roy.
Oh, shit.
Remember Roy, everybody? Roy's back. What's Roy been doing?
Yeah.
Well, he's been being blackmailed by another dude whose name is the Calculator. A name so bad even Felicity makes fun of it.
Oh, shit. Geek boner.
I mean,
the Calculator.
The DC they have the worst names. And
if the Abacus was taken.
The Abacus was taken. But this guy's called Texas Instruments TR 1138. I don't know why. I'll tell you what, though. I had it spoiled already. I knew that calculator was Felicity's dad.
I liked that it was his dad.
Was that a surprising reveal to you guys? I called it. I was like, oh, that's her father.
No,
is that from the comics?
No, I had read some earlier spoilers that Felicity, Emily Ricards was talking about. My dad is going to be in it. He's not, Malcolm, or he's not Roz or whatever. He's not Damien Dark, but it's somebody else. And I just kind of put two and two, and I was like, oh, that's the Calculator. That's her father.
I kind of liked it. It's part of the reason why I liked this episode. It was a surprise because it was someone that was Felicity's match in terms of intellect, but I should have seen it coming, but it was a legitimate surprise. I was like, oh shit, that is her father. That kind of makes sense.
Now, do you think that the Calculator knows that the Felicitator is working with the Arrow, or she has no idea?
I think so. I think he realized that the only person that could match him was probably his own daughter, and the fact that his daughter has all this access to tech.
Yeah,
right.
Why did he show up?
I also liked they're just their mental battle, and the fact that Felicity kind of went back to old Felicity and goes, boom. That's what a literary term for calling I pwned you. She heard the word pwned was. I literally rewinded it 3 times and watched her say pwned.
I love the hacking battle while the actual physical battle was going on. That stuff was cool. The voice modulation was kind of cheesy, but I get it. I mean, obviously they can't. I like his line about why would I blow up the internet? It's where I watch my kitty videos. I didn't understand what he was doing though. What was his plan?
He was gonna just cause chaos. I mean, his plan was kind of ambiguous.
Right? It wasn't, I don't know.
Well, he's got to balance the checkbook, and the Calculator does a lot of things,
So he had to type hello upside down. You turn it upside down.
Boobies.
Remember those old tricks?
You ever do boobies?
Kids even, what is that?
8008 I5.
Isn't that like the first thing that you do when you get a calculator?
It's boobs.
Boobs and boobs.
Yeah.
And you know what? That was enough to keep us entertained for days. We didn't need no goddamn PlayStation. We had Texas Instrument Calculator spelling out dirty words.
That's right.
You'd play Snake, right, on the calculator?
Yeah, you could play. That was. I mean, I'm talking more old school than that. Some of them did have games on them. The Snake was good. What else? Let's talk about. So there's a cool little homage to the comics in the sense that Overwatch is not Oracle, but I believe in Infinity Crisis, Overwatch battles Oracle like in the climax in a hacking battle. But Oracle is the wheelchair bound person. Also, I learned Mark Guggenheim has written a novel called Overwatch. So like that's a nod to his novel also.
There was also you're just not remembering anything, are you?
No, I remember
there's also the flashbacks, which I agree were not great. In my
hate the
opinion.
flashbacks.
I was like, Shadow? Fuck, we're seeing Shadow again?
Remember Shadow, everyone? Like, that was a long time ago, and all of that was a hallucination, I guess. She pretty much...
I just didn't buy.
Just to tell him, like, you got to work through the darkness to get out or some shit.
I fast forward through those.
It was basically a long hallucination. Yeah, for him to confess his guilt and remember that he has a rock in his pocket or some bullshit.
What is that rock? And I forgot. I was like, who is that? I was like, oh, Shadow. Yeah, whatever. Now, I did love Nissa and Katana. Nissa going for this lotus flower that's going to help Thea. So Thea, her bloodlust is killing her. And Malcolm's trying to be a good dad. Why don't they just bring a couple of pedophiles over? No one's going to miss them. Let her fucking slay a couple of pedophiles.
Well, that was his suggestion, but he's come around to the fact that Thea's just not going to kill just to kill.
Yeah, I don't get her whole thing that she's not going to kill either. I don't buy it, but
and like
I'm not going to kill. I'm going to die. I don't get it.
She's just going to die. And why is Ollie all ready to make a deal with Damien Dark now? And just last
I'll tell you why they're
I'm going to kill him.
I'll give you the rug down. Okay,
hold on.
I'll tell you why. Here's the rundown. Okay, this is a red herring. That's all it is. They're making you think it's going to be her dying, but it's not going to be her dying.
Of course,
she's not going to die, and someone else is going to die. And they're giving you the, hey, look, this girl doesn't want to kill, and she's going to possibly die, and she's going to be the one in the hole in the grave at the end of this thing. And she's not going to die. They're not going to kill her off.
Thea?
That would be too good for everyone.
You mean Thea?
Yeah. They're not going to kill Thea.
You're right. It's going to be Diggle.
I don't know.
You still saying it's Diggle?
I've been running with Diggle for a while.
Flash's big mystery is who's Zoom, and this is the big mystery now.
This is also,
it's the same exact tool is being used.
It's a pretty.
Who's in the hole?
Yeah, who's in the hole? Who's in the mask? Now, I've been thinking. I do love. So where basically, Nissa tells Ollie, "I'll give you this lotus. You got to kill Malcolm Merlin."
Oh shit!
Fucking Malcolm
She's
Merlin.
basically blackmailing him.
Yeah, and it's gonna be
that's what I liked about this episode too, because the best parts about Arrow are when they put him in situations where he's like between a rock and a hard place.
Do you think Merlin would sacrifice himself for his daughter? He'll kill anybody for his daughter.
He's too egotistical. He's Ra's al Ghul. He plotted this whole thing to become Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, he would never give that up.
Yeah,
he wanted the Lazarus pits. He's not going to kill himself. This was one of those episodes where it was literally for me. And I understand there was a lot going on. There was a lot of people. You mentioning that like Katana's back, Roy's back, Nissa's back. Okay, I get it. Shadow's back. Like there was a ton of people that came back, and I get that it was a little all over the place. But this ending for me really worked because it was a legit cliffhanger where I'm like, all right, what the hell? Like if there was another episode on, I'd be like, all right, I got to watch the next episode and figure out what's going to happen. So when it ends like that, for me, it works.
How do you think this is gonna play out?
I don't know. That's why I'm actually
no guesses. How is he going to get out of this scrape?
Why do they keep playing ball with Merlin? Okay, so this is what it made me think of. Maybe so we're talking about who's in the grave.
Wait, who's playing ball with Merlin? What are you talking about?
They keep playing ball with Merlin. Like
how are they playing ball with Merlin?
Killed Merlin. Like he shows up all the time. I don't know.
He should be dead.
He should be
right.
Dead.
But I'm saying right now, how are they playing ball with Merlin?
Maybe they're not playing ball right now.
Well, he's going to see his daughter. Everybody's leaving him alone, basically. That's all.
They're leaving him alone.
But that's why I think the other question regarding the grave, not only is who's in the grave, who is the person they want to kill? Could it be Merlin instead of Damien Dark?
I still think it's Felicity's mom. They haven't shown Mr. Lance and the mom that are bumping uglies right now. Yeah. No, they haven't cut back to that.
Who do you think the person that they want to kill is? I know they want to.
It could be Merlin. You might be right though, because now you're hitting on something that I just thought of. Maybe the fact that they've given Merlin so many free passes.
Yeah.
And maybe he's the one that's the killer of whoever. They're like, we should have killed this guy a long time ago.
Right.
Maybe Ollie's realizing that.
That will get
You're
everybody.
right. That's a good point.
Plus, also, if you think about like the flashbacks are coming up to the 5-year flashbacks, and Merlin was the big bad of the first season. So it could be a way where they could tie in Merlin's rise to power in the past with his being taken down in the present in like the next season. This might not even be resolved this season.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because, you know, they're trying to make Damien Dark be the big bad, but he's not even had a presence in a while. And the last time he saw Oliver, they were kind of like not like willing to kill each other. So
There's got to be a presence from Damien just because Ollie blew him off in this one episode.
yeah,
So if Damien has been portrayed as having a huge ego as well, he's got to be pissed. So this next episode better have Damien Dark in it.
Anthony Clegg says, I'll be pissed if it's Merlin in the grave. I still say Diggle, I think he means. No, I don't think Merlin's in the grave. I think Merlin's the guy they want to kill. The son of a bitch.
That's a good theory. That's a good theory. It'd be one of those like, we told you should have never let this guy off the hook sort of thing.
Yeah. And it would be a good
there's a lot
for the Merlin.
Well,
no.
There's some things I'm not really digging. Like, as I said, they leave a lot of things open, and then they have all this other new stuff come in. Like, there's too many people involved now. I think they're doing this all as a distraction. You think that it's going to be Roy. You think it's going to be Nyssa. You think anybody that steps into the fold is going to be part of this person in the grave thing. But it's crazy.
On this show, though, like everybody dies and everybody comes back to life.
Right.
This
Sucks. Yeah, you're right.
Ruggs, I think your video is delayed again. Will you give us a quick refresh there?
Allow me to refresh my balls. I'll be right back.
Okay. Make Anthony co-host.
Are we pausing or are we still talking about it while he's around?
It'll be right back. Here we go.
Oh, there he is.
I did love.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, you're there. You're good.
You are synced up now. I loved the scene of Roy having to manually detonate the thing and him ziplining with the explosion behind him with a big smiley face. Like he's like, man, I missed this. That was awesome. The stunt looked great. I thought the stunt looked good, even though I don't know how the fuck he got outside so quickly when he shot the arrow. Like it would have been instant or whatever.
There was a couple of scenes where I was watching to see if Ollie's stuntman was doing all the stunts or if it was Amel.
Oh, you can definitely tell.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them where he was doing his own stunts.
Yeah, you're right.
That's cool. He's
a lot of the parkour stuff. He was doing it. Like a lot of these jumps, he was doing it. It was him. Either that or his stuntman looks exactly like him.
You can tell when it's their stuntman because a lot of these, it's kind of the cuts are a little weird where you can tell it's a stuntman.
Yeah,
but you're right. No, Ollie actually was. I noticed this too because I've been able to point out a lot more recently when it's a stuntman, and I'm like, fuck, that's a stuntman. But Ollie was doing a lot of his own shit. He was actually jumping off those roofs. He was like, I think he's done some parkour or something.
I've caught Asian people stuntmanning for the girls especially for Thea. Yeah. It's always like an Asian chick that's her stunt woman, and I could see her. I'm like, not even close.
What's Ming Na?
The worst was the worst too. For me, the stunt people have been. We're going to get to Legends of Tomorrow, but whenever Vandal Savage is fighting, you can see his stuntman right away.
Yeah.
And then last year, whenever Roz was fighting someone, it was always a stuntman because that guy was so old.
Yeah,
that guy's not doing those fucking stunts. I like the little Cadmus drop. Did you see the little Cadmus tech on the device that said Cadmus?
I did not know.
Yeah, that's cool. Which is that?
Cadmus? Which is that? What is that?
From Young Justice, the same thing. It was like the tech company Cadmus with
that experiments with kids, right? Oh,
that's the chocolate Easter eggs. Cadmus.
Cadmus Easter eggs.
Cadbury. I'm sorry.
That's Cadbury. What there was one scene that was kind of weird. One stunt scene where they all have guns and they get the drop on the team, and then Ollie jumps in later. And then he
kicks all of their asses.
Yeah, he just all he does. They have guns. He jumps down. All he does is spin around. They all fall down, and you see the rest of them just standing in the background, just not even trying to help. They're just standing there. I was like, "What the fuck just happened? Why did they all fall down when he just jumped in and spun around and didn't even touch them?"
I agree. That one was a little weird where he jumps in and there's like 8 guys and he kicks all their asses just by
That was
jumping in. They all
ridiculous.
have automatic weapons too.
And they literally fall like dominoes, but then they made up with the cool zipline explosion Red Arsenal stunt, I feel, in my opinion.
So all in all, I give this episode a like out of 10, like a 6 out of 10. It was middle of the road for me, but it was okay. So some nice things to see. Some of the characters come back. So for that, I'll give it.
It was a little overstuffed, but I liked where it ended. Meaning that there's going to be a showdown between the League of Assassins and a bunch of fucking ninjas. And
I mean, everybody who you forgot about, except for the parents, Lance and Felicity's mom were in the episode. Everybody, Mr. Terrific was in it.
Oh yeah, everybody. He threw a T-bomb.
He could fight. He
could fight for some reason. Yeah,
that I thought was odd too. That he was fighting Roy. How he was.
He was getting his ass kicked for the first 3 or 4 punches. And he's like, "Oh fuck no!" And he got up and he started kicking his ass. So I thought that was funny.
I would agree with you guys though. It's I'd give it a little higher score, 7.5. Okay. Just because this was the first episode in a while that I actually kind of enjoyed from Arrow.
All right. Yeah. I mean, they were moving. Parts were moving. There was action. There was great stunts. I also saw this other link. There's a rumor Overwatch might get a suit, possibly. Felicity Smoke suited up as Overwatch. Ooh. I don't know why that's necessary, but everyone gets suits.
In a wheelchair. Why would she wear a suit? She's in a wheelchair.
Oh, we don't know.
Maybe the suit is the wheelchair. Maybe the wheelchair turns into some armor and shit.
Oh, it actually makes sense for her character to wear a suit just because she's such a nerd. She was geeking out over being called Overwatch. She's like, call me that. Call me Overwatch. So she would probably want to wear a suit. She loves her code name.
Yeah, they could do rugs. They could do like a Robotech thing. Remember in the second series of Robotech, they had those suits that turned into motorcycles, and then it would turn into a suit around. It was the fucking coolest thing.
Yeah, I remember. I wanted the toy for Christmas, and I couldn't ever fucking transform the thing. It was impossible to fucking transform.
That thing in Starfire was just hard to make it into the different things. It was, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I got Starfire to work, but that thing, Starfire was easy. Jetfire, you're talking about.
Jetfire, Starfire, whatever. All right, gang, we got one more show to talk about. Let's hit it.
Let's spoil some shit, Batman.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Thanks for joining us on Blab. If you're hanging out in the Blab, thank you. Stick around. The end of the show, we wrap up, we open it up, and we're going to geek out with you guys. And I definitely want to hear from Anthony Clegg because he's written in 3 weeks in a row, and he has very awesome opinions.
Imran, you play those drops for Rug Boy all the time, and I've heard them so many times. I still laugh every time you play them.
They're little drops of audio gold, people.
Dude,
the spoiler one.
There's millions of them that he doesn't use, by the way. Just
here's a little heard one. I haven't found the right moment to use this, but
my spider shits are tingling.
It's of course this podcast, the Jock and Nerd Podcast, is 100%
Rug Boy approved.
That's a great one. Anyways, gang, we're talking about this week's bloop. You gotta have the cartoon noises, little feet running. It's like little like in the footsteps. Legends of Tomorrow, season 1, episode 3, titled Blood Ties. Another blood title, different week, more blood. This one was fun. We learned a lot about Rip Hunter. This is a lot of the team pairing up and doing things and having.
They started that last week, actually, though. The team's kind of breaking off.
And then I like how they're trying different groups of people. You know,
I like that too.
They split up Firestorm to where that they couldn't become Firestorm. I feel though they saved a lot of money on special effects, and I feel like every so often they have to write in an episode where there's no Atom flying outside or Firestorm, so they can save a little bit of budget. Because I think making the ice and fire gun is pretty cheap and easy. And other shit.
This is the only way. Yeah. This is the way they're going to have to tell the stories, though, because it's hard to learn about these characters when there's a group of 8 sitting around. But when you do it with these random pairings and you do the interactions between them and you see how they kind of get along with one another, you learn more about each character when they're split off like this.
You know what show did that very well?
I love Sarah Lance.
You know what show
Rug
did
Boy,
that
which
very
show?
well?
Who did
Justice
Which
League.
one?
Justice League did that all the time.
On Cartoon Network?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I have
They
the
would
the
split
DVD
off
collection.
a couple of characters, and you would get Shira or the Green Lantern hanging out, and then you'd learn a lot about them, and then you'd cut to like Wonder Woman and some other guy hanging out on another episode. So they got to go take a page from that book.
That's how you got to do it.
I think
you
they're
don't
on
need
that.
to, yeah, you don't need to see everybody. I still feel like they want to show us everybody all the time. I don't think you need to show everybody all the time. You can focus.
How do you get that feeling though? Well, what you just said, they've been splitting off the characters.
No, but they
how
like
are they
in
trying
terms
to do
of
that?
like Justice. I'm just saying in terms of Justice League, sometimes there would be characters that weren't in the show at all, and you would focus on like these couple of.
Oh, okay, I got what you're saying. Okay, cool.
They're trying to
you're
touch
right.
on every character all in every episode. When maybe we just want to know about these two pairings, just a little more on that. But let me ask you about that one line. I thought it was a cool line, but then when I think about it, I'm like, is this groan-inducing or is it cool? The line where Rip's giving his big rah-rah speech in the beginning, and he goes, "I've seen Men of Steel die and Dark Knights fall."
Geek boner
or
no
wink.
Geek boner. No, it was just a wink.
Like,
I didn't get a geek boner out of it. I just
I was just like,
wink.
Oh, okay. Like, I mean, maybe he saw it on TV, but like, he wasn't there. Like
They're kind of acknowledging there's these characters that happen, but they don't ever will have them on TV. It's just a wink.
And you know what, Anthony, what you said last week, it rings true with this show. I found that I have to let things go. Like the other shows hold up to a little bit of logical nerd scrutiny. This show, you can't just let it go. None of the shit makes sense. For example, Captain Cold goes back to 1975 and meets himself as a 5-year-old. So that's 41 years ago. How old is fucking Captain Cold now? Does he look like he's almost 50? But that's
he's got gray hair.
Or 41.
You just have to don't think about those.
He could play. He's a 41-year-old guy.
Not 40. No, he would be 47.
Oh, maybe not almost 50.
He would be late 40s.
You're right.
He would be late 40s. He should have been like 2 or 3 in 1975. But again,
I remember
that does not need to be.
That's a little weird. Well, I remember telling you that. They remember when Carter was like, it's been X amount of years and we've done it X amount of times. And I did the math, and it was like every 19 years they're getting killed. I'm like, these don't look 19 years old.
Yeah, that means they only
Carter especially
to 19. Hero IKX says he's 44 in real life, Wentworth Miller, but even with the gray hair, he looks good. What else happened? So I liked. What did I like? Somebody.
Do you like any? Did you like anything?
I didn't like the end again. They did the same thing again. Every show has ended the same. Have you noticed that? Where they're like, all right, well, we're only going to go on if everyone's all in. And then Cold is like, you won't ditch us. We won't ditch you. Like every episode is ended literally on that same kind of beat.
Well, they're not really like cemented as a group yet.
Right.
They're still.
It's the Scooby-Doo now, Jordan says. Good one.
Is this Scooby-Doo
Rug Boy's
now?
right. No, Rug Boy's right though. They're still not a team because they keep, doing missions without telling each other. So
they barely know each other. So I mean, anybody can leave whenever the fuck they want, I guess. Well, it's up to Rip Hunter or whatever to bring them back to the right time. But yeah, they don't really know each other enough yet. But I like this episode more than the other two that we saw so far. I really hated the first one. I wasn't too hot on the second one. And then this one seemed like a more like focused episode.
This is more what I thought the show would be. But yeah, Wentworth Miller's delivery as Cold is still. He's like, did someone say blank?
Yeah,
it's like, weird. It's weird, but I actually thought he did. Besides his delivery, which is still weird. And I watched last week, so I'm fully caught up. Obviously now. I thought his storyline was actually one of the highlights of the episode.
I did. I love the emotion in his storyline. This was very interesting.
I didn't agree with what do you learn from that? You can't change things.
Sometimes,
right?
You can't change
sometimes people's the personality that they were kind of born with, or the tendencies that they have, will never change, despite all the things you try to do to help. And that's I think what you learn is his dad is always going to be a criminal.
He should have just killed his dad.
That would have been
But
that.
that would have fucked the timeline a little. Well, no, he didn't want to kill his dad because he wanted his dad to be a good guy.
Yeah.
He wanted, by stealing that, he thinks by his dad going to jail for 5 years that it changed him into this abusive father.
Right. And it did, but he still ends up going. Now, contrast that to the last episode where Marty Stein doesn't meet his wife and almost wipes out, his wife and his marriage from the timeline. This one is like, this was always going to happen. There's nothing you could do to change this. And I felt bad for Snart, learning this after the fact. And then Jack's giving.
There's a theme though. There's a theme of them going back in the past and thinking they changed things, and it still kind of happens. So maybe the theme overall is that these heroes have self-fulfilling destinies.
Can I derail the show?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did I see this wrong? Is the Katana going to end up on this show? Katana? Or is that something I thought I saw?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
I saw Katana as part of this thing.
She could be.
I don't know if we've ever said it. I don't know if we've ever said it on the show, but I hear an echo now.
Slot. Yeah, they got an open slot. I forgot to mention that on Arrow, I totally thought they were going to kill Katana because of the Suicide Squad movie. I was
me too.
No, because I think there's interplay. I'll tell you why. Because for some reason, John Constantine's supposed to have rescued a White Canary from her hunger, and now it's back. Yeah. So I'm thinking the Lotus is going to come into play, and Katana knows about the Lotus. Maybe she took a little Lotus for herself, and maybe she comes in. I don't know. I thought I saw Katana in one of the previews. I just thought I did, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. No. Constantine's spell is kind of wearing off on the White Canary, which is why I loved her in this episode. First of all, she gets to wear fun 70s gear. She looked badass.
Absolutely.
She just sliced and diced the shit out of those guys. And
I like her pairing with Rip in this episode.
Yeah, because they both sells each other. Yeah,
she does.
She sells that.
She's great.
You know what I'm talking about when you have a woman like I could sell it that she kicks ass. She does that, so that's why I like her.
Not like
she does. She sells the ass kicking, and she sells the very like observant part of her personality, where she's like, they're all Australian or whatever the fuck. Bodyguard hires or whatever.
Yeah, she thought that was so cool. Like she sees all the sides. She's like, we've been made.
We've been made.
She's like, we've been made. He's like, what are you talking about? Well, he's got a gun, he's got a sword, and they got these tattoos. They're all African mercenaries. He's like, what are you talking about?
She just went all Jason Bourne.
Oh shit, that was great, dude. More slicing and dicing. He's like, how many knives do you have? God damn, she's sexy when she puts those knives. I'll tell you what though. But I like the interplay between them because so here's my question. In the beginning, it's 1700 BC and Savage is there with Rip Hunter. Rip Hunter's there and tries to kill Savage and hesitates. Now, did that happen before Savage killed his family or after?
Yes.
But then why is he going after him? No, in the ancient Egypt.
I know. I'm saying, yeah, of course it happened in ancient Egypt. What are you talking about? Are you saying why would he go back?
I think
why would he go back? He went back after his family died.
Yeah.
Why? What's confusing about that?
Went after and then came over here, which is why Savage called him. He
assembles the team because he can't kill. He didn't have the balls to kill Vandal Savage.
Oh
no, he's saying okay. He said that. All right, look, it's a time loop, dude. All right,
it's a lot like the Flash last week, yeah.
So when his parents his family got killed, I keep saying parents, but his family got killed. He goes back and tries to kill Vandal Savage.
Right,
it didn't work.
Then he goes back.
That sets up the loop right there. That they're interlocked for life, hating each other.
We got a question over here.
I got a question. I also loved how he.
There's a question right here.
I know. I put it in here, but before we get to that question, I loved how Savage dying, and now he knows Rip's wife's name and the kid's name, and the way he was like, now I know their names. I can't wait to kill them. I'm gonna get better. Like as he's dying.
I want to jump in on that too after we get to this question because I have a lot to say on Savage.
The question from David is, what's the deal with Carter Hall? Do you think he's coming back in another timeline? He's gonna be resurrected. The fucking Eyes Wide Shut orgy scene where they're drinking his blood and it's giving people 100 years. That was a little nuts. I didn't think I'd see cults blood drinking on the
liked
show. It was like, and then he even makes a joke. He goes, "I didn't think you were the eyes wide shut type," as he saves them. That was fucked up though.
Heat Wave says that.
Yeah, Heat
No,
Wave.
that's great.
Yeah.
It puts a lot of, as in wrestling they'll call it heat. It puts a lot of heat on Vandal Savage in terms of like the audience not liking him, because granted Carter Hall hasn't been the most likable character, but like they're desecrating his body at this point.
I think Carter Hall's going to come back. He's not going to come back. They're going to jump to a time where he's already re-emerged.
Oh, yeah. If they could jump to another time, it'll be another incarnation of Carter, and they could just meet up with him again, I guess.
Encarnacion! Sorry.
Okay, so let's talk about
Vandal Savage. I want to talk about Vandal Savage real quick. So obviously we saw him on the Flash Supergirl or Super Flash Arrow crossover, and I thought he kind of sucked. I didn't think he was a cool Vandal Savage. I didn't realize why they were fighting him, or I didn't think he was a big enough threat for them to come together and fight him. I've come around on Vandal Savage. I think the guy that's playing him is doing a really good job, and I think his eyes, like in the second episode, his eyes lighting up when he realized there was chaos going around him, and in this one where he's like, just the way he's delivering his lines, I think he's actually a really cool villain. I like him a lot.
This episode,
I think he's making I think him and Captain Cold's storylines made this episode, and what's her name, White Canary's part in it as well.
Jordan says Anthony's hot for Savage. Dude,
I am.
He was really menacing and evil. His lines to rip to his face and his
as he's
smile.
dying.
Holy crap! That creeped the shit out of me. I was like, "Oh boy, this guy." But I didn't understand why Rip is killing him. He knows. We know. Kendra has to fucking stab him and say the thing. Why are you even bothering with this?
Because
just cause
you're pissed off. Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, you want to just prove that you can kill him. At least you eliminate him for a little bit. He's gonna come back. Well, but if you have the chance to kill the asshole, kill him.
They're gonna find him next.
Molecule exists, he'll come back.
Yeah.
And then he even says to Gideon, he goes, "Well, just look, find where he pops up next. Let's go there." It's gonna be 1986, so we get a lot of 80s fun coming up in the next episode.
Yay!
The only thing I don't like about this so far is I still hate that Carter Hall is their rallying point, because he sucked as a character, and I don't believe Captain Cold and Heatwave are suddenly like rah team. Let's go. We're so loyal to one another.
Why do they say those things?
I get that they're going to become eventually. I could see them becoming loyal because that's kind of their personality is the loyalty thing, but I don't see it happening this quickly for those two characters.
Yeah.
I could see them being like using the team and being like, we kind of need these guys to get back to our time, and we'll steal some shit along the way and we'll fix some things. I don't see them being like, yeah, let's rally, let's go.
Well, I get really confused about the snarts and the farts and whatever the guy is. Like, they're thieves. All right. They're petty fucking thieves. They steal shit. Yeah. That's what they do. And, and then now they're embroiled in this like time jumping, fucking universe saving, like heavy bullshit. And they're still thinking about stealing shit. I mean, I understand that Snart had to steal this thing for his dad, for the dad. But if they keep going back to Snart stealing shit, I'm going to get pissed. Like, I'll let it slide because it was for his dad to change their history. But if they keep on harping on him being the same fucking dude that he was before he jumped time, I'm like, how do you stay like a thief after you've gone back in time and tried to save the universe and know that there's some crazy shit going to happen to the world that's on your shoulders? It's weird that if they keep...
I think he'll have a turn, but I think Heatwave's not going to turn. I think you can't get the thief.
He's been kind of funny, Heatwave.
I love his lines. He's been hilarious.
He's going to be like Jane from Firefly. That's what I think.
Were you gonna? What about what?
You know who annoyed me is fucking Ray a little bit in this one. He is the most.
He was kind of a pussy for no reason.
He's the most insecure billionaire genius. Like, what the fuck, dude? Get over yourself.
I didn't get that either. Because the doctor's like, "Don't go in there," and he's like, "Okay, I'm going in there." Then he leaves. He's like, "I can't get in there." And he's like, "Well, you gotta get back in there." So like, it didn't make sense.
No, and like,
his weird, like his weird attention grabbing, like, you don't remember me as a student, sort of thing. And it's like,
whiny little bitch,
Ray, you created your own company. You're like a self-made billionaire genius. Why do you need this guy's approval?
Right,
he's got a mangina.
some algebra teacher you had in 7th grade. Like, what the fuck? Who gives a
And
shit?
I love how Stein's just a dick, though. He's just making shit up.
Oh,
Like
Stein.
at first,
Stein's awesome.
he's great. He's like, I was lying. You just needed a push. And then the other out of character thing for me a little bit was why did Jax agree to drive them over there? Like he's like, I'm not gonna help you steal shit, and then he fucking flies them over there.
He's like, how did you learn to fix the ship? Instructions. No one thinks this shit is like fucking centuries in the future technology. He's like, instructions. Just YouTube.
Well, I like how he's like, I'll have a look if you give me a wrench. Like, you think you really could fix a ship? It's nothing probably like a car.
Yeah,
I mean, you're probably an expert at like tire changing and oil changes. Like that's about it.
How does he know how to fly that thing? Really? This is future tech. How are you fucking flying this thing all of a sudden? The manual, of course, the manual.
I didn't think about it
just
too
because
much.
he can fly with his powers doesn't mean he can fly a fucking plane.
Okay, this is probably overthinking things too, also. But how come when Ray finally came back out of Kendra's vein, like his suit's completely?
He's not covered in blood.
Yeah. Could they at least wet him down a little bit? Something. He's completely.
Well, maybe he. I thought about that too, but I was like, maybe he's so small. I mean, it looked like those were red blood cells flying at him. Yeah, so maybe he's so small that he's dodging like blood cells.
Okay.
The blood doesn't look. The blood doesn't grow. He grows.
Yeah, so it would have been like a drop of blood.
Yeah, a little drop of blood.
You're right too. Yeah, that's a good point too.
Right,
there you go. The rug boy figured it out.
You really can't.
Rug boy science.
Rug boy science. All right, gang. We got a lot of questions in the chat here. Let's wrap up some stuff and we'll take some questions.
One question, sir.
Fuck off. There are questions over several different shows. For example, here's one.
I just wanted to wrap up Legends because we never talked about if we actually liked it. Overall, I thought it was a good episode.
I like it.
I thought it was good. Go ahead, Imran. Sorry.
No, it feels more of the show that I kind of wanted it to be.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's getting better. I don't quite like it yet, but it's getting better. More Katie Lots.
Why is Boy sexy?
So why is
Rug Boy sexy? That's a
question. I got distracted by the question.
Okay, so we're gonna answer this question. Can anyone help us? Why is Rug Boy so sexy? No, here's another question. Well, David asks, did you hear about the Flash Supergirl crossover? Yes, we did. We discussed it in the beginning of the show. It's going to be March 28th, called World's Finest. We're going to watch it. I think they're going to pull a lot of ratings over to Supergirl. And then another question from Trium F91. What stone is that an arrow in his hand? What was that stone?
It had like scripture on it, right?
I mean, if he was hallucinating, why was that stone there? Was he really? It was very confusing.
Maybe it's like a magic spell.
Did we see this stone before today?
Probably did.
We
probably did, but I just don't remember it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a season.
Somebody should Google it. We should Google that.
What's that stone in Ollie's pocket?
Okay, well, look, we're going to wrap the show up here, guys. We're going to open it up to you blabbers and geek out. Before we go, got to give a shout out to some of the website networks that we are on that carry our show. We want to thank the Tangent Bound Network, Weeby Geeks, A Place to Hang Your Cape, and podcast.ph. Links are in the show notes. Thank you to them, and thanks to Jordan of the Pies for being our BA again this week. Great job, Jordan.
We love you.
Being the blab assistant. We love you.
I thought when you went BA, I didn't know where you were going with it. I thought like badass.
She's a BA. She's a badass blab assistant. BA Baracus, everyone. That's a Mr. T.
Yeah.
A-team called back. Gang, thanks for listening. Listen, here's a couple of things you could do. You want to get in touch with us? Just go to jockandnerd.com/contact. You're going to find links to our SpeakPipe, our email, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Subscribe to the show at iTunes because then you'll get every show right as it comes out. Just go to jockandnerd.com/review. It takes you to our iTunes page. We'd love it if you'd leave us a nice rating and reviewing. It would be great. And finally, if you like this show, tell a friend. That's all. Tell your best geek friend. Give them one of these.
Jock and Nerd.
If you don't like the show, you let us know. That's it. That's how it works. Rugs, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Really Rug Boy. And you can talk to me and you can send me a tweet and I'll send you my twat.
Okie dokie, gang.
All
Thanks
right.
for listening. We're going to end it on that note. Perfect place to end. This is the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
And we'll hear you next time.
Yeah.
Bro, do you even podcast?
Geek Boomer. Jock and Nerd. All right, gang. The Jock and Nerd after show is officially on. If anybody wants to jump in, geek out, you got any questions, you want to say hi? Our favorite email listener writer, Anthony Clegg, 3 weeks in a row. Let's see if we could get his Bolabas connected. Hey, buddy, what's up?
Hey.
What's up, dudes?
Is this the first time he's been on? Or
Yeah,
we had him on
yeah.
the blab?
No.
It's 3 a.m. in the UK at the moment.
Are you
You're in the UC.
He's in the UC at 3 a.m. And are
He
you a
looks
little
kind of stoned.
Are you a little pissed there, as they say in the
Tired.
UK?
Tired.
Dude,
Little
thanks
pissed.
for listening. Thanks for writing. That's what I thought. Thanks for writing in 3 weeks in a row. Where at in the UK are you calling from?
In Yorkshire.
Okay, we know some lads in Northumberland. They have a
Yeah,
podcast.
not far from there. Not far from there.
All right. So you how long have you been listening? How'd you find us, dude? I love that you write in every week. I can't just keep it coming.
I started listening about a year ago.
Oh, sweet.
How the hell did you
How'd
hear about it?
Yeah. How the fuck did you find us?
I just found it randomly on iTunes, and you seem like the kind of guys who like the kind of things I like. So yeah.
Right on.
I don't like
Oh,
I don't like anything you like.
Jock and Nerd, dude. This is a super Jock and Nerd fan. I love this.
Anthony, you look like my son.
I can't believe you thought, because he looks like he's 12 years old. So this is the first time you've seen our. Okay, hold on. So you've been listening for a year. Is this the first time you've seen our faces?
It is. It's the first time I've been on Blab. So yes.
Okay, so what did you think Rug Boy looked like?
Not as sexy as he does look.
you think I look better? Like,
Yeah.
or at worse than you thought? Like, what did you imagine?
I'd like to get right up in your slack hole.
I love it. This guy is a true Jock and Nerdlinger. Oh my god, we need to have a fan call.
How many just out of curiosity, how many episodes do you think you've listened to of us?
What episode is this one?
This will be
Shit.
77.
Yeah.
That's a
Probably
lot.
about 60.
Wow.
Whoa!
Because we only
Holy
started
shit.
like in March. We haven't even been on a year yet. We're closing in on that. It's kind of
Okay.
exciting. But right on,
That's
dude.
awesome.
I've listened to
Thanks,
I've listened to a lot of the back catalogue, so
Favorite episode?
That's awesome.
Does one stick out?
What was the one that
I
caught
like-
you?
The reason I started listening was the Avengers review.
Oh,
Avengers
there you go.
Age of Ultron review, and I've done a lot of back catalogue since then. But my favourite one has probably been the Fantastic Four breakdown that you did a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that was good.
That one is
That was
very
really good.
entertaining. People are loving that episode, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was good.
If you have what movie would you like him to do next? Give us a. We've thought about like Green Lantern. I think
Give it late. Let him suggest. Let him
Sorry.
suggest the
What would
movie.
you What would you like to hear?
I think maybe Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
We
That's a
did
good one to
Spider-Man.
do.
Have you listened to the Spider-Man
There's a
3
lot of issues
episode?
with
Yeah,
that.
we
Yes,
did.
yes, I've listened to that. Yeah.
That's a good one.
So you think I look like what, 12 years old?
11 or 12.
He's
Okay.
actually 13 though.
If I take off my pants, you won't feel the same way.
Yeah, you think he's younger. You think he's 5.
You want to talk about dueling? Brits dueling. They're gonna start dueling some sword fighting guy up in Blab. We're gonna get knocked off.
The worst thing is I said that to his mum and she was still disappointed. So
Whoa.
He's gonna look younger. Anthony,
That's awesome.
what are your thoughts on Batman versus Superman? Are you a Zack Snyder fan? What do you think's gonna happen with this movie?
I didn't like Man of Steel, but I'm kind of looking forward to Batman versus Superman. It looks pretty cool, and I'm not worried about they've given too much away because I think there's still quite a lot to give away. I think there's still a lot there. I'm more of a Marvel person than a DC person, but I think there's still a lot to give. I think there's still going to be a great film.
I mean, technically, if you think about all the promos they've shown, like it's really only like 6 scenes that we keep seeing over and over again, like the same 6 scenes. There's got to be.
Look, he's an e-cig guy, just like you, Imran.
Yeah, vaping. There you go. Vape cheers. There you go.
There you go.
We're all gonna die of popcorn lung.
Tony, can you hear him doing his e-cig on the when we're recording the show?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes. Not always.
It does come through. I wonder if people are like, "What's that? What is that? What's that noise?"
During the show.
When I'm listening back, I'm like, do people think he's like smoking up during the show? Because he has, but that's not always the case.
That's like my Darth Vader voice.
I assume it's just the air coming out of Rug Boy Slackle, so it's fine.
He does have an issue with the air
off.
You're not too far off.
That's when he gets gassy, is when there's like too much air.
Yeah.
The black hole in the cotton is just.
I've got to say, I mean, I love you guys, love Anthony and Imran, but I do love the episodes you do, Rug Boy. Rug Boy kind of makes it a little bit. He's like the star of the show a little bit, and you guys know what you're talking about, and it's brilliant. But Rug Boy adds that little bit of immaturity that I think we all really like.
Yeah, because everybody needs a dick joke. They're like talking about like intelligent shit, and they're like, you know, and it's cool and all, but like I'm thinking like Imran just said "hole," and I need to say something about that.
We'll be talking about intelligent shit, and Rug Boy will say a joke, and it'll just totally throw off what I was thinking about. I'm like, it'll put me in another spectrum. I'm like, where am I going?
It's a nice balance.
It blows my mind though when everybody's talking about something serious, and then Rug Boy joins in, and it's serious, and you're like, shit, Rug Boy's just been serious.
Oh, he knows his shit.
Yeah, my brain explodes.
Listen, if Ruggs ever figures out how to use his felty hand to press a record button, our jobs are done because we won't need us. You can just post the show yourself, Ruggs.
Me trying to say something intelligent is like a fat guy running upstairs. Like he can do it, but he's tired after. Like, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to do it all day. He just wants to do it in that one short burst.
I
gotta just watch my.
Yeah. The intelligence comes in bursts, and then you don't want to blow your load all at once because then he's just spent and useless for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Like Ruggs draws the chicks, Anthony draws the chicks. That's why we got him. I'm not sure what my purpose is besides having a
no. You're like literally the guy that sets everything up. Like we could not do a show without you.
To be fair, Imran, you're the enthusiasm. You're the one who gets everybody excited about it.
You get it. I love it.
It's great.
Oh, fucking I love you, Anthony. He gets it. Sometimes I get excited really easily, but that's what I do. That's what I do.
But
he gets super
Anthony,
excited.
don't you think that it would be intrusive if I'm sitting there in an interview and they're interviewing somebody serious, and then I'm there? Like I think I don't belong in those things, like those interviews that they do.
Yeah, you might be right there.
That's the thing. It's like we talked to Greg Wiseman, who's like a big-time TV producer who's created Gargoyles, Young Justice, Star Wars Rebels, and then for me to have to explain to him before the show, by the way, we have this homeless, smelly puppet on, and he's going to be, I hope you don't mind. Like it's kind of
going to constantly refer to his penis.
No, he's always going to talk about his penis. Just don't worry about it. Sometimes we need, because
I have to ask Anthony, what background are you? Are you sitting in the kitchen, like in your mom's kitchen, or is that like a shower curtain behind you?
This is my living room.
Oh, okay. Is that
curtains?
Okay.
Oh wow!
Holy shit!
Listener, he's got a pale yellow background with red flowers and stems. It's very retro and trippy. What a floral living room is right.
British.
Yeah, it's British.
It's very British.
Remember that scene in Garden State where he's got the shirt that matches the wallpaper in the background? You need to get a shirt that matches that wallpaper.
Anthony, you need to buy a shirt.
We need to get you a shirt with those flowers on it. You can just blend in.
I've got a Superman shirt on at the moment.
Oh, nice. Is that a zombie Superman? Is that Black Lantern Superman?
Pan down. I want to see your cock.
Let's keep going. Dude, you're one of us. He just showed us his shorts, his Superman shorts. You're one of us, my friend. I think I have the same shorts.
Jordan wrote yas.
Yas.
Yeah.
Do you have you listened to our crossover with 365 Flicks?
Yes, I have, but I've never listened to their podcast.
That was gonna be a next question.
I tried listening. I listened to the one with their top 10 films.
Yeah.
But none of them kind of gelled with what I liked, so I didn't really bother with it. And after that, they're like number one with Jaws. Who likes Jaws? Shit.
Well, they definitely have a weird taste in movies. For sure. They think
that whole Mac and Me thing was just out of this world. I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Kevin and Chris, if you're listening, we love you guys. Don't get me wrong. Look, I'm all about supporting the independent podcast like 365 Flicks podcast, like HD1.
No, they know how they know that how we feel about their tastes in movies.
It's true.
They have.
We've argued with them about it.
Yeah, I would say it to their face. They have a talent for liking shitty things. Like, it's a true talent.
Well, because Kevin said he worked in a video store and just watched shitty movies all the time. It broke him down, I guess, and he's like, it's okay.
Okay, so what are your guys' top 5 movies then, if you had to choose one?
Oh shit!
What,
of all time?
Of all time,
Gandhi. That's hard.
Gandhi's good.
Oh God!
God!
Oh God!
I couldn't do a top 5.
Mine are all Middle Eastern themed. I got Gandhi. I got Lawrence of Arabia. Okay, these are all Middle Eastern themed. Babel. Okay.
Aladdin.
Black Hawk Down.
Mm-hmm.
That's in Africa, isn't it?
Wow.
Listen, my top 5 is going to be my top 5 is full of obscure Bollywood movies. I don't think you guys have heard of any of them.
Oh,
I love the Bollywood though. Every movie's the same. You sing, you dance. There's a fighting. There's a romance. They never kiss. Then there's more fighting, more singing, more dancing. So every fucking movie's the same.
Did you ever see the 70s Indian Superman?
No.
You have to Google it immediately.
Oh, I have to look that up. Does he sing and dance?
I think he does.
He must. It's a Bollywood movie. Look, the industry in India. I'm Pakistani. I actually grew up watching Indian movies when I was little. You have no idea that the Bollywood industry is fucking nuts, dude. The actors will shoot 6 to 10 movies a day.
Holy fuck!
It is a machine.
I'm looking at Indian Superman right now.
And they crank out like hundreds of movies a month, but they're all the same movie. There's no genres. There's no like Indian horror or Indian animation or Indian spy. Like it's all the same fucking movie over and over again, and they eat it up.
They love it.
Sounds
That's
awesome.
what they know. They love what they know.
They know it makes money, and they just keep making it. Anthony described
Anthony's watching this shit. Look how he's got this big smile on his face. Look at this. He's grinning like an idiot.
Can you describe
Indian Superman?
Oh my god, it's so awful.
Oh, okay, hold it up there. There's a woman Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's got sweaty armpits.
But they're flying upright, like vertically. Wait, what is? The girl has a Spider-Man suit without a mascot. Oh, there they go. What the fuck? They're just
they're gonna dance,
standing up. Is this?
Yeah.
He's got underwear. Oh my god, this is. I can't believe I didn't know about this. Listener,
Imran did perform that exact song and dance at his 7th grade
at my
show.
wedding. I did this at my wedding. Well, they're flying vertically now, finally, but they're making out. What is going on?
They're not making out. They don't kiss.
No, they don't make out. This was my wedding.
Kiss.
This was our wedding dance. It was me in a Superman costume. So they're flying sideways.
Imran, you failed as a human being. You made me
How
watch
did I miss that? Thanks for showing that.
I'm the one who brought it up.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no, Rugs
Rugs.
brought it.
I honestly, I can't believe I've never seen that. That's unbelievable. I've seen like the Japanese Spider-Man. He's pretty cool.
All right, guys, I got to peace out. It's
Oh yeah,
Friday
he's a
night.
hard out. All right, go fucking Jock, rage it up, fucker.
I'll try.
Remember,
here.
two in the cake, one in the stink, Anthony.
That's right.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Anthony, thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate the
Yeah,
support.
thank you
Keep
guys.
watching.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, keep
Don't
watching,
forget-
keep listening.
Hey, don't
And tell a
forget
friend.
don't forget to bring your pal Jimmy Hat, the Jimbrowski. Oh, he left. I hope he knows what that means.
He's
we
a
got an open
gentleman.
slot.
He's not
Jordan. He is a gentleman. He never answered that question that we talked about him. Hey, Jordan, how you doing? Thanks for being our BA.
Hey, Jordan.
BA. Anthony, how long
Hi,
have you been
lady.
on the board?
Hey.
Ah! What the fuck was that?
I got sound effects.
Anthony, how long have you been on Blabs? The Blabs.
This is
Everybody
the first time I've
vape.
been on just to see you guys.
Oh my god. Thank you. Well, I'm following you now.
That was
It
the
says you've been
emergency broadcast vape system.
That was
There was
the-
the alarm sounded, so it told everyone
We're
to
all
vape
fantastic.
immediately.
Okay, vapes up, everyone. Vapes up. And I'm gonna hit the tweet button. Hold on.
Energize.
Vapes up. Okay, now vape. Let's see. Excuse me. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works.
Hold on, let me get my pen.
The vape went down the wrong pipe, people. I'm sorry. Hey, this is the Jock and Nerd podcast after show. I had where's Austin? I wanted to talk to Austin. Austin Facebook messaged me and wanted to promote his show, but I don't see him around. But I'm so glad Anthony popped up and you stayed up. It's tomorrow over there. You're fucking crazy.
It's 3:13 in the morning. Yes.
Oh, and
I
Anthony
haven't-
Davis is also in the chat room, and he says you suck, Red Boy.
Oh, Anthony Davis.
No, but he's being friendly. Yeah, Listermate. You know Listermate.
Yeah.
How-
Hi, Mr. Mate.
Jordan, how's your week? What's up?
It's been pretty good. Just making some cupcakes and cakes and getting ready for Valentine's Day and all that. So
Oh, that's a big day for you over at the bakery, isn't it?
yeah,
You should
and
make some rug boy cake.
I should.
Oh.
I should. You know what?
That's
when
a
you
great
guys do your 100th show, I should make a cake for you.
Oh snap!
Yeah!
I would eat the shit out of a rug boy cake. Oh shit! What? Well, I think it should be. What flavor is a rug boy cake? Rugs? Chocolate? Vanilla?
It's
I don't know.
whatever. It's brown inside. I know that.
Chocolate chips.
It is brown inside. It'd have to be like a nutty, wacky cake.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, we'll have to think about it. We'll do it.
Mm.
And then since you guys can eat it, I'll eat it.
Hi.
Hey, who's that? Anthony, hi. Did you wake someone up? It's 3. Sorry to disturb you. Did you wake somebody up? I'm sorry we woke them up.
Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna have to go now, guys.
Well, thanks for staying
Okay.
up, dude. Thanks for listening. Thanks for
Hey,
subscribing.
thank you so much for watching.
Keep writing
Alright,
in.
bye.
Love it.
Super
Bye, Anthony.
fan.
Listermate
He's
says
gotta
rug
go.
boy was a lemon cake with chocolate frosting. Sounds yummy.
I'm lemony. I'm green on the inside.
Mm.
Hey, what's up?
Is that what you think, Tony? Lemon
Yeah.
cake with chocolate frosting?
Well, that seems like just Rug Boy just together. Lemon cake with chocolate frosting. I don't know.
We're really popular with people named Tony. for some reason.
We really are.
Yes.
There's too many fucking Tonys.
We have. This is the
Tony,
third Tony.
Tony,
Tony.
Tony.
Like I said before.
Tony.
I'm gonna have to kick out the next Tony that watches the show. I'm sorry, it's too many Tonys. I can't. Well, one Tony left. Actually, two
What was
Tonys
that
left.
90s band? Tony.
Tony is.
Hey, Jordan.
What's up?
Baby, let me hear you say.
So,
So
Say
what's
hi.
new?
Come over. Told you to come over here, and you came
well,
too late.
actually, I was going to come last week, but I was going to come last week, but I had to go out of town. My nephew was in a swimming meet out of town, so I went to go see him swim, and
How'd he do?
he did pretty good. He came in second in like in one of the meets where it's like 20 times up and down the yeah, I don't know sports, but
That's
but
pointless.
anyway.
Why the
But
fuck
yeah,
end
yeah.
up in the same place you started? What is the fucking point?
Yeah, he
He was
came in
really
like
high.
second place in one of them, and then like first place in another. He's really big in the swimming meets, and every sport in his school he is into. So anything he does, I pretty much go and try to support as much as I can. So
Anthony Clegg says, yeah, sorry guys, woke the wife up. I'm in shit. I'm so sorry, Anthony, but thanks for
Anthony-
Hey, you got
calling.
trouble with his wife.
Tell him you can blame me. Just blame it on me, dude. Tell him the nerd. It's the nerd's fault. I'll take the heat. I don't care.
He's probably never going to be allowed to come on again.
He's like,
You
no,
see,
his
you
wife-
see his face? Wait a minute. Dude, think about this. I just want you to think about this right now. Okay? This blab is the visual proof of what happened to him. Like, he was sitting there enjoying himself, and all of a sudden he heard a sound, and he turned around, and then so you see a hand on the door, and it was his wife, and he was like, oh, shit. You had this look of like, oh, my God, I'm in deep shit now. And then he had to go.
He's like, sorry.
So
dude,
I just
gotta
think
go.
that was thank you, Anthony, for making that happen, because now this is my favorite episode of all time. I'm going to watch. I'm going to show this to everyone I know, and you are now the star. This was great. I love your wife.
Lessons in marriage only in the
Your
Jock
wife-
and Nerd podcast. people. That's what we're doing.
Jock and Nerd.
Jordan, I saw you pinged people. Thanks for that. That was very cool.
Let's try to get more
Or
people in here.
It's funny, but it's true, Anthony. I hope we didn't put you in the doghouse for long. And we'll see you next week.
Nah, he's going to be fine.
He'll be fine.
When she
I'll be on
watches,
the
make her watch this tomorrow. Make her watch this tomorrow, and then she'll laugh.
get it. She'll get it. She'll be like, oh, you were
Yeah.
talking to a fucking puppet and a
Oh,
freak
yeah.
and a 12-year-old boy, a puppet and a freak in a Spider-Man hoodie. I get it. This is fine. This makes sense and it's rational. But
I
dude,
just imagine him trying to explain. Now, Anthony, does your wife know anything that you listen to this show or anything? She knows nothing about this? Like, she was not, you didn't prime her at all?
Probably not. I'm sure.
Nope.
No,
He
so
said
she
no.
had, this is like a classic case. If she has no idea what the fuck's going on,
She doesn't know
she
how
busts into the living room. Yeah, she doesn't know if he's masturbating or what
Yeah.
he's doing or what weird shit he's up to. Oh my God. So
She's
you
like,
gotta
why-
make her
why-
watch.
She's like, why are you on the computer at 3 a.m. by yourself over here? What are you doing? It
Yeah.
looks shady. Honestly, it would look shady if you just walked into that.
Yeah,
You're
it
like,
does
what
look a
the
little
fuck is-
shady.
You guys having video sex? What the fuck? And then he showed us his crotch.
What in the world? A puppet and a guy dressed as Spider-Man. Okay.
Yeah,
last
divorce papers are being
That's
filed
legitimate.
immediately.
Ruggs, remember
Oh,
last
man.
week we went over to that other show and they were talking about religion and the meaning of life and
Oh,
existence. And
Yep.
that was someone in the chat is like, I'm watching a guy in a Spider-Man suit and a puppet debate the meaning of existence. This is crazy. Like the comment.
Oh, yeah, that's the kind
I
of
was
labs I
there.
take all the time.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Anybody can talk about that. Why is it people prejudging us because you like to wear Spider-Man and I'm a puppet? Like, what's the big
Listen,
deal? Like,
We're
we're all
breaking
human beings.
stereotypes on the Jock and Nerd podcast.
Oh shit. Jock and Nerd.
That's all. We're breaking stereotypes. No one would ever get who I
Hey,
fucking.
Hey, God loves puppets too.
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
God,
God loves
if
puppets.
God didn't want puppets to
You know.
exist, he wouldn't have invented felt.
I got two
There
words.
you go.
Felty peen. Best 2 words in the English
Felty
language.
teen.
Hashtag
Felty
Peen. Spin it
peen,
around.
felty peen. It is really, really tiny. Felty peen, felty peen. I don't like to put things in my hiney. Felty peen, felty peen.
Well, you got a filthy pee, don't you?
Oh, you got
I'm not even
kazoo
gonna
out.
say what I was gonna say. I'm not even gonna say it.
No, spill it.
I was gonna say, well, I bet it feels really nice though, since it's so soft.
It's all soft and malleable. Okay.
Do you think-
Anyways,
Let me ask you a question. I want to
Okay,
throw this
move
out
on.
there.
Yes.
Okay.
When you go to a store and buy a puppet, does it come with a peen?
Oh,
Unfortunately, no.
Well, there you go.
I did once.
Most of my nephew's puppets I don't think do, but they haven't played with puppets in 4 years.
Well, you know what? It's the puppet industry. They sell them separately. That's how they make. They don't make money on the puppets, people. It's like software and video games. They make money on the felty peen on the back end. That's how. Because
you got to order it
sponsors.
extra separately.
Yeah, you got sponsors on the peen.
However,
pick your size, sew it on.
It's like when you buy a toy and you have no batteries in it. It's the same thing.
You make money on the batteries, not the toy, people. You make money on the.
It's like when they sell those printers.
However, I am seeing a lot of Rug Boy, you'd be interesting. I'm seeing a lot of puppets in the web series industry these days. A lot of the people are making these web series, and they are putting puppets in their web series.
Anybody even
They're
close to
copying.
Rug Boy though?
So people are copying me?
Yeah.
God damn, we are fucking trendsetters right here. Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one
Trying to be like
that I
Rex.
know of that is this girl. There's one I know of that and it's this girl named Natia. She has a really weird first name. But anyway, she does this puppet show about she gets this weird disease called puppetitis B. And she finds that she has a puppet growing out of her right hand.
Well, that sounds like a really big
And-
ripoff.
Similar to the Felty syndrome. Similar to Ruggs' Felty syndrome, which is a real thing.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder if
Well, that's when you
I
know
wonder
that
if-
your
I
idea
wonder
is
if you
good
have
when people rip it
puppet-
off. So there you go.
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
flattered. There is only one Rug Boy,
go.
Anthony Claggett, right? There is only one, the one and only. And we've talked to a couple of them. We had a devil puppet once come on and a fox puppet.
Oh yes, I remember the
And I
devil.
saw
puppet.
Winnie the
Lu-
Pooh.
Have you
Lu-
guys seen
Lucifer.
the dragon?
No.
No.
Have you seen Story Roger
Oh,
Dragon?
God. Oh,
He sells hot sauce.
Man.
No, he sells hot sauce.
And it's part of a toy game, a CD. And
But look, Anthony, here's the difference. Technically, Rug Boy is not a puppet. Isn't that right, Rugs?
Yeah.
Those other
No, I'm a
puppets,
felty. That's a
well,
different.
you're not even a puppet.
those other puppets are being controlled by a person.
No.
Rug Boy is a felty American person. He's not a puppet. He
Yeah.
has felty syndrome,
That's
reverse
right.
Pinocchio syndrome.
That's right.
That's what
That's
sets
right,
it
Rug Boy. I feel your pain. I felt it.
No
I
pun
felt it
intended.
right here.
I'm saving up to get. I'm saving up to get some eyelids. You know,
No, we should
so I
start a
can fall
Patreon.
asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you need to get a few teeth in there.
I don't know.
I think you need to get a few
No, the
teeth.
teeth
in
is
there.
fine. And more teeth means more maintenance. Like he has enough trouble keeping those 6 clean.
Yeah, you know how long it takes me to brush these 6 teeth? A long
4
time.
hours. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know why it takes 4 hours.
Look, I
but
can't control my arms, so like
your
it takes me a long time.
the toothpaste gets everywhere. It's a fucking mess.
Oh,
I got it like
so you don't have a little. You don't have a little.
Yeah, I was saying
on-
you just like put it on the counter.
Yeah.
yeah, I put it on the counter and I just go ah.
What a horrible existence. Like truly,
That sucks.
That's right. You need to get the little. You need to get the little wand
truly feel
thing.
bad
You
for
know,
you, Ruggs.
the little wand stick, whatever. You know,
Yeah, I can't really do much.
whatever it's called.
Jordan, did you watch the
Yeah.
shows this week? What'd you watch?
I didn't watch anything this week.
It doesn't matter though.
What's
the show's
new?
still entertaining.
It doesn't
Well, yeah,
matter as
no,
long as
now-
she listens
now
and
I
comes
have your-
on.
Yeah, but now I have your show notes, so I just read those now.
Yeah, and it's pretty much a recap of what
Yeah.
happens. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the Jock and Nerd podcast. We are in a
So,
post-show
thank
session.
you.
You can find all our stuff at jockandnerd.com. This is Rug Boy. If you have a question for him, Ruggs is really good at giving shitty advice. Meaning the advice isn't good.
I will advise
It's
you.
shitty, but he's good at advising in a shitty manner. So if you got a question, pop it in,
That's right.
put /Q for Ruggs, and he'll give you the meaning of life. What's the meaning of life?
He'll give you good, shitty advice.
So Ruggs, you saw Shkreli again after that incident?
No, I went on twice in one shot.
That
I-
one night.
you know,
Oh.
I don't really go on Blab that often. I'm busy doing shit. You know, I'm busy with
did
life.
you? I noticed over at
Yeah.
Hey Real SWAT Team. I noticed over at Kermit and Friends, they have maybe this is why Elisa Giordana chose the Spreecast, because now they have a built-in monetization system where what is it, $5 to watch the replay of the shows now? Did you notice?
Yeah, but no one even watches our replays, so it doesn't. We're never gonna make money off that.
I mean, this is how it's kind of really smart for her to build up these views, and now at that many views, she's gonna get $5 a pop for everyone who wants to watch the show. What do you think it's gonna work? What do you think is gonna happen?
I think that
most people are too cheap.
I think that
most people are too cheap.
Who was that? Ooh, that was scary.
It's my mom. That's my mom.
Your mom was like, "Oh snap! I don't want to know what's going on in here. I'm just gonna slowly back out the door."
Your mom like came in there to get your dirty underwear to clean it.
What do you think? Good idea? Bad idea? $5 a replay.
Excuse me? No, $5 a replay. I think that's gonna be too much money. I was like, whoa, maybe like $2. All right, that's a lot because you got people.
Interesting.
Because look, she does 5 shows a week. All right. To watch all 5 shows, if you miss them and you can't watch it live, that's a lot of dough. That's like 5 times 5. That's $25 a week. That's $100 a month.
Yeah, I think they got like a.
That's
monthly,
like HBO costs $20 a month. Like it's really not comparable.
That is a good point. I didn't even think about it in those terms. Where Netflix is $12 a month.
Yeah.
You know,
so it's really. I don't know if it's a good price point. So
but can you still watch? No, but so you can't even watch the live show for free anymore?
No, you can watch the live show for free, but I think you have to cam up. Like your cam has to be on.
Oh, that's interesting, huh?
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
That's an interesting platform. Freecast
that way
is interesting because it
see
looks
everybody.
like all this.
I think she can see everyone.
Oh.
You know.
So she's gonna have a window with like 100 fucking cameras.
No, I think that
to sort through.
I think when she's on, I think they split the show in half, like a couple nights. So Benji is the host, and then Elisa works the board, and she could see everybody's picture, and she produces. And then when Elisa's on, Benji does all that shit.
Oh, so they've been swapping. Anthony Clegg says they pay £5.99 a month for Netflix.
Yeah, about £6 a month.
That's a good price. That's about what we pay here.
Yeah, that's about right.
I can shit about £6.
Technically,
shit.
I mean, if you went out,
pounds of cotton. Rug Boy takes a shit. It's like when your dog chews up a stuffed toy and there's like stuffing all over the floor. You gotta go back and pick it up. That's what it looks like when Rug Boy takes a dump. A little bit.
I imagine Rug Boy's bowel movements are a lot like the cat when they get a hold of the toilet paper. It's just
all right, I'm gonna here comes some right now.
We talk a lot. Okay. So see,
See, I told you. There it is.
We talk a lot about Rug Boy's bodily functions on the show. I'm starting to realize every episode it comes up. Oh, now it's in his mouth. That was unnecessary.
You feeling okay there?
Somebody's got to get it back up the slack hole. He's just lost. He's going to be a little bit stupider now because the cotton is tied to the neural synapses in Filthy Americans. It's very complicated.
Losing some of your brain there.
You look like Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Oh, Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Torn by rugs. Who's going to see Daredevil on Friday? Jordan, you're going to see it on Friday?
Daredevil?
Yeah.
Deadpool.
What?
I mean, Deadpool. Sorry. Deadpool.
Yeah, I was like...
Deadpool.
One of the Ds.
No, I don't think season 2's come out
I
yet.
don't
March
know.
18th.
When are we going to go see Deadpool? I got a shrug, so whenever.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Knowing me, I probably won't see it until it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD.
You're gonna see him a lot on TV in the next week.
We'll go see it in the theater. I just probably won't be when it comes out. Especially because there's probably a lot of people that are already going, and it's probably going to be pretty busy. So.
I'm going to see it
Star Wars.
after
What's
busy?
Yeah.
I might go see it. I don't know. I'm not one of those people.
The SWAT team says he's buying. We should all go see it with him.
Okay.
Go ahead and head over there.
Well, fine. I'm going to see it with SWAT team.
I don't know where he is.
Let's go.
But we're going to go there. So let's go, real SWAT team.
Fine. Yeah. If you want to pay me for a good movie, sure, I'll go.
So I know
William. His name is William.
East
you know him?
No. I was going to say I know somebody who
for these big movies like Star Wars and stuff, they're like buying whole theater and then selling tickets to people that he knows so that he can be in the theater with people that he knows.
Oh, just like renting it out and filling it with your friends.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't have that many friends.
Yeah, me neither. I could not fill a theater with fucking. Who cares? I don't want to. I just want to see it by myself. You're not talking to the person. You can talk about it.
You ought to come to where I live. You ought to come to where I live. When the Star Wars come out, I'm not into Star Wars at all, but my nephews and my brother are. And whenever it came out here, my brother bought tickets for Star Wars to take his kids, my nephews, and he asked how many seats were still available. He said, "Oh, we have 134 seats left." Like, yeah. And that's for a small town of like 2,000 to 4,000 people.
Well,
sure.
I guess for the benefit would be like, like I did, I had to wait in line for 4 hours. You could just get a theater and just, get a ticket and you show up when the movie starts and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about big areas like, Chicago, Miami, Orlando, New York, Oklahoma City, that kind of stuff. This is talking about like small town bumpkin
Appalachians.
Appalachian Mountains, the hill folk, they don't understand that Star Wars junk, stuff.
I heard years ago, I don't know if it was a documentary or audio thing, but I heard this thing about a certain group of hill folk people who have started a style of hip hop. Like they were rapping about being it's called hill hop
bluegrass
or
hip hop.
Yeah,
bluegrass.
Where they're rapping about their experiences living up in the hills and like making moonshine and shit. It was like a whole subgenre of it's like hill hop or something, hillbilly hip hop, some shit.
Yeah, it's called bluegrass hip hop. Yeah,
I remember it wasn't that bad, but I was like, what the fuck? Like it's just there, like it doesn't get out.
You would never catch me listening to that unless it's for me to laugh at it. That's it. I'll listen to that just to make fun of it.
That's mostly what it's for. That's mostly what it's for.
Hill hop. They just rapping about fucking making their fucking mills in their bathtubs and making moonshine. I don't know.
They're like, rap isn't dumb enough. We need to make it really dumb. Like, how dumb can we make it? Yeah.
Hey, if they would have got Jeff Foxworthy and William Shatner on the project, I would have been 100% behind it.
Jeff Foxworthy's rapping, you're a redneck jokes. That's what we need.
Yeah. And then getting William Shatner to sing what he does.
I love those Shatner. Have you ever heard his cover of that Pulp song?
Common People?
Song? It's so Common People. Common People by Shatner is amazing. It's so good. That's so good.
There was a ballet done to that, just so you know.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I got Anthony Clegg is nailing it with the line. I got 99 problems, but the banjo ain't one.
There was a ballet. I think it was called. What's the name of the ballet that they did? Damn it! I had it on the tip of my tongue.
They did a.
Yeah.
To Common People, huh? I want to live. That's. I'd watch that. Fuck it.
You could Google that.
What else is good?
I'll have to find out somewhere on YouTube.
I think it's called Gonzo Ballet.
Oh boy, I'd pay for that. I'd pay to see that.
I know something about Gonzo, but it's something else. It's okay. It's not the Muppets either. I'm not going there. So anyway, Anyway, what are we doing Saturday or Sunday? Excuse me.
Sunday?
Super Bowl? You guys excited for the Super Bowl? Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who cares?
Broncos?
The one with the most points.
Broncos?
I don't really care.
No, Panthers. Panthers are going to win.
I don't know.
And I have to say that because I'm from North Carolina, so it's state pride thing, you know.
Panthers did have a great record this season, didn't they?
I have to say that because I'm from North Carolina, so it's a state pride thing for me.
What's your prediction? You care at all? You going to watch this?
I believe I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Okay, you mark my words. Okay,
Sure.
A bunch of guys that get paid a lot of money are going to throw balls at each other. And that's
There you
what's gonna
go.
happen.
And
Yeah.
and some of the guys will get paid a lot of money to just sit there and do nothing, and they
Yeah.
still get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if they
And
win
regardless
the Super Bowl,
of if
they'll
the
still get a
person-
Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
And even if they don't
Yeah.
score or perform well, they still get paid the same amount of money. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know, some kids overseas will get some free T-shirts, and you know,
Lady Gaga's gonna sing the anthem. Then you're gonna have Coldplay and who else? It's
God.
Coldplay and Bruno Mars and somebody fucking else is doing the intermission.
I'll watch
Justin
for
Timberlake.
Coldplay.
And then
Coldplay.
I'm just gonna good night, Anthony.
Okay. Yeah.
Make up to your wife.
Good night,
give her some
Anthony. I love you.
So,
I hope the couch is
Anthony.
comfy tonight.
Yeah.
flowers. He's in the down.
I'm sure he's
He's
in
in the
the
Join the
living room
doghouse.
after that.
Him and Rug Boy are gonna have something in common. They're both gonna have to sleep in the basement tonight.
Aww.
I
I'm
like
gonna
this.
watch for the Deadpool stuff on the Super Bowl, but that's
You know, I watch the Super Bowl, but I don't watch it for the game. I watch it for
The
the other
commercials?
stuff. I watch it for
but the commercials aren't even
yeah,
the commercials haven't been
commercials
that
and-
great. What was? Can you think of one from
And-
last year? Like even the
No.
commercials.
the last year was, you know, they really sucked. The only one that I really remember is the really bad one, and it wasn't bad. It tried to make a point with what it was saying. The state, I think it was like Nationwide Insurance doing that really bad commercial of I didn't get to experience my marriage, didn't get to experience my firstborn, I didn't get to experience my first bike ride because I died.
Oh yeah, that was
You know,
a bummer.
That you know, and I'm just like, you know, the backlash on that was just, it was just,
Quite a bummer.
you know,
Well,
Hey,
you know
I'm
what
gonna-
I'm
I'm gonna jump
excited
out
for
for a
for?
second.
and it,
I'm gonna jump out and get a
Okay.
drink. Take pee-pee.
Okay.
That way you
You
can
know
talk
what
to
I'm
whoever.
Okay, do you
excited
think?
for is the Puppy
Yes.
Bowl.
The Puppy Bowl is always a
Puppy Bowl.
hit. They're so fucking cute. I want to fucking gouge my eyes out.
Avia,
Oh,
I can't.
Av- Avia literally watches it every year.
Wait, but I thought, from what I observed from my dog, but some dogs, she doesn't see things on the screen. But some dogs, I've noticed, when they see a dog, then they lock onto the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But I always thought that they couldn't. I guess they could see those images. They just don't care. But when the dog's barking,
Yeah.
Jop will like look up. But certain dogs will like be transfixed with other dogs. Just dogs. They see a dog and they're like, "What's that?"
yeah. Well, cats do that too. My cat does that whenever a cat comes on. It's like,
That's what it's really for. I think that the whole Animal Planet is just to keep your pets fucking.
You know that there's
Occupied.
like
I'm-
there's like a channel that you can use for your dogs that you turn on when you leave the house
yeah.
or something, and it's like
yeah,
it's supposed to help with like anxiety and stuff if they like have really bad anxiety.
Yeah, there's that not direct. Direct television has it, not Dish
I
Network.
always
but-
thought that you just put on like some conversation that's just like barely audible conversation, like people talking like it normally is in the house, and that kind of calms them. I don't know if you need a specific channel. Triumph 91 says my dog barks on the
something like
TV.
dog
Sees no
TV or
dogs.
something like that. Dog TV.
Yeah,
or
it's like-
puppy
what is the
TV or something
programming?
like that.
What's the programming?
I don't remember, but I know that there's actually things on there that are supposed to be like helpful for your dog. Like I don't know if it's more like educational maybe or like
I bet it's-
soothing. I don't remember.
It's just an old lady staring at the camera going, "Who's a good puppy? Who's a good puppy? Who's a good puppy? Who's that? Got your tail? Who's a good puppy? Just for like 24 hours straight on loop. Like,
You want the ball? You want the ball?
who's
Get the ball?
Who's the ball? Who's a
Oh
good
my
You're a
gosh.
good boy.
Who's a good
Sorry.
You're a good doggy.
It's working. I could have my own dog channel. She just recorded.
Yeah, her head popped up so fast at that. Yeah. Avia decided to run away yesterday.
Oh no!
I
What
gotta-
happened?
Oh.
I put her outside and I got a call from a neighbor. It said they had her. She decided to go on an adventure.
Is
Almost
it
lost her.
fenced in? She has
Yeah,
a
but the
fenced-in
gate
area?
was open. I had no idea.
Oh well, at least your neighbor is nice, and they know.
I know. She even made like my neighborhood Facebook group. They like took a picture of her and put her on there. It was like, come get your dog.
Oh,
Whose dog is this? We have it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
That's funny.
So she decided to run away. Good job.
Where is Mike Hunt? Is he going to be joining you guys? Does he mean Ben
who is
Dover?
Mike Hunt?
Mike Hunt is Brad Hunt's brother. Very.
Okay.
Well, does he mean Rug Boy? Rug Boy had to go make a Rug Boy tinkle.
Oh,
If that's what you mean by Mike Hunt.
Body and boom.
I think
Okay,
he just wanted you to say Mike Hunt so
Oh,
it can sound like Mike Hunt.
of course. That's that old
Oh,
gag.
that's
I
it.
fell for it. Ben
You
Dover.
did.
And see, I just said his name, Ben Dover. I fell into that. Walked right into that. Brad and Mike Hunt, fine, upstanding citizens. It's like Goofus and Gallant from Highlights.
and their teacher IP freely.
Or and their aunt, Mrs. Hug and Kiss. First name Amanda. Amanda Hug and Kiss. Why can't I find Amanda Hug and Kiss? That's an old Simpsons joke, people. Bend over here.
And they go to school, and one of the teachers is called IP freely. Yes, IP freely.
I see. You ever did that old spell I cup, and then you spell it, and then people laugh.
Yeah.
At
Can you spell I cup?
And what's the other one? ATTIC? Attic. Spell attic.
ATT. Oh, ATTIC. Whoa, Legs, how did it come out? Everything okay?
It's the same old story, buddy. Starts out slow, stops for a while, starts up again, stops for a while, starts up again,
and then
stops for a while, shake it a few times, starts up again, stops for a while, goes slow, drip, 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 shake, 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 starts again, and then on.
There you go.
It doesn't end with just one last violent explosion.
No.
Okay.
It kind of just
Fizzles
it's very
out.
disappointing. Yeah.
Okay, just as long as it doesn't pee when it comes out, as long as it don't burn when it comes out,
My boy's lightheaded now. He peed so much. He's a little dizzy.
Yeah, I need to replenish.
We need some
We have
felty
a drink.
electrolytes. Felty electrolytes.
Let's go eat some more
All right,
stuffing. Stuff it back in there.
You guys send
Good
stuffing.
idea.
Email us stuffing. Show at jockandnerd.com. I'm not sure what that means. How do you email stuffing?
Save the rugs.
Did I miss anything good?
No.
You missed Imran saying Mike Hunt and bend over.
Oh,
Yeah, you did miss that. I fell into somebody.
You must be friends with Juan. Juan some cock.
Oh shit!
Yeah. And hey, would you blow me?
That's I think that's the guy who cuts my ass.
And what was
Hey,
the
what-
other
Yeah.
one? Some young guy.
And Jack Mayoffer.
What's the other one? Some young guy.
Cream of some young guy.
guy.
Yeah.
There's also I can't think of any more now.
Carmen, your mom's ass. Yeah.
I almost want to Google some now. I'm
How would you
interested.
Google? What would you Google to find that, Jordan?
Like
I don't know.
funny names, like perverted
Yeah.
name.
Double entendre names. No.
Yeah,
it'd
that
be
like that,
prank,
whatever that means.
prank names.
Funny name
Yeah,
hunts.
Punny names.
Funny names.
Funny name.
Yeah, be funny names. And
Rex, did you see that the was
Harry
it the
Bush.
chairman? The
Jack
Harry
Inhofe.
Bush. Harry Bush. Jack Madoff. No, the CEO of Marvel donated like $1 million to Donald Trump for some reason. Weird.
What?
Well, Donald Trump isn't exactly going to win. Do you know what's going to happen?
no.
No.
This is
Well,
all.
Iowa doesn't matter. The last two people that won in Iowa, they did not win the presidency, or they didn't even get close. So what's going to happen, Ruggs?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Donald Trump's going to win the presidency. I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
I don't think he really wants it to happen. I think
I think he's just using this to make himself more popular so he can make more money.
exactly.
Well, and he has this
he's-
thing of he just has he's just very egotistical and he's very into himself. So I feel like this is I'm just doing this to challenge myself to confirm that I'm as awesome as I think I am, kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure he has his
Maybe.
exit strategy, his exit stunt planned out, and he's just waiting for the cards to line
Well,
up.
I have a theory is that Donald Trump lives in New York. It's a very liberal place. I can't see him doing business in New York and being not as liberal as he is. He really is a liberal.
Well,
he was a Democrat.
Yeah, he
All
was a
right, so-
Democrat before.
Yeah. So I think, and he's friends with the Clintons. The Clintons live in New York. He's rubbed elbows with them many a time.
This thing is
And
a
I
work.
think he's just
This whole thing
paving
is a
the
work.
way for Hillary.
So you think it's a
paving the
ploy
way.
to get Hillary to win?
Absolutely. I think they have this
I-
shit worked out.
I think it's a work.
I mean,
You're
it
not
was
saying it's a work.
Donald Trump
I
has
think
nothing to gain from being president.
no. Why would you?
No.
wait a minute.
Why would you want that shitty job? It's a pay cut for him. It's only going to hurt his business.
I just
Yeah,
think
he's
he
gonna
just
actually
wants
have to
stroke
work
his own ego.
And be
honestly,
responsible.
he
What'd
just
you say?
So wait a minute. If that works out,
Yeah.
if that works out, do you think he'll either be the vice president?
No.
No,
or
no.
the third,
No,
or the
he's going.
third
Basically,
one.
what he's going to do is
He's an
he's
upset.
going
guy.
to. He's going to. He's basically messing up the dynamic in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
So you notice how Hillary and Bernie Sanders went at each other, and they had almost a dead tie.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a win. That's
Now-
for Bernie.
The top three people, there's no landslide winner either. They were almost at a three-way tie.
yeah.
So,
No.
It was pretty close.
If in your own party you only get 20% of the vote or 28% of the vote, how are you going to beat somebody that gets almost 50% of the vote of their own party? You're not.
Yeah.
So he's just going to pave a way for Hillary to march right into the office. And
I don't know if that'll happen
Yeah.
though, because I feel like Bernie Sanders is climbing in the polls and in favorability and everything. I mean, and I'm a young person, so that's kind of what I go off of. And I know that a lot of young people are for him, and so am I. So,
But it's all about who
amazing,
turns
how
out.
amazing is that?
Who's gonna
How
turn out?
amazing is that this old dude has a grasp of social media so well that he has the youth behind him. That's that's remarkable. I did not see that coming. He's done a great job.
Because Bernie all Bernie has to do is say free college and legalize weed, and every young person will run to defend that.
I'm in.
well, and use
Fucking let's do it.
the term political revolution, and that's what young people are for, is like being an activist or being a revolutionary. So they're all for it.
Troll Patrol 9 says Sanders is a nut job. But really, aren't they all fucking nut jobs?
Well, I don't
You're
know.
trying to pick the least nut job out of all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really look at it, there's not a winner in the bunch.
No, it's always picking the lesser. of
No,
two
they're really
evils.
not.
It's always picking who's going to be the least destructive. I don't know if I want another Clinton in office, though. I've had enough. That's enough. Let someone else try.
But if you really think about it, though, this is all. It doesn't matter. Like this politics, it's just a dog and pony show. The real people who are in control, they're in control regardless who's the president. Because
Absolutely.
look at all the lobbyists. This is a huge machine of millions of people that are even more powerful than the Congress, even more powerful than everything. And it doesn't matter who's president. It really doesn't.
No.
I mean,
No.
put it this way, okay? Just look at the logic here. Is that Reagan wanted to deregulate the banks, all right? And then Bush wanted to do it. And then Clinton actually did it. So they're all doing the same thing when they get into office. They're all on the same page. Now, the reason why they didn't like Obamacare was because it wasn't their idea. If the Republicans had championed it, they would totally let it go. But since the other team doesn't do it, and it's just there to divide us. But they were always going to put the healthcare in there, no matter who was president.
I mean, they based Obamacare off of Romney Care from what he did. That was the beginning basis of it. So, I mean, it wasn't their fault, like their plan, but it was kind of based off of a Republican plan. So
Yeah,
but
they
the
have those
problem
plans.
is, yeah. So the problem is though, is then so they bring the ACA in, and they don't want to call it the ACA. They want to call it Obamacare. So therefore, that makes people who are Republicans say, well, we're not going to do what the Democrats want. So let's butcher and cut and edit everything in there to make it to where we can try and make sure this doesn't go the way that they want it. And that's pretty much what happened. They had to like compromise and pass something because they wouldn't do it until eventually they did. And then it ended up being kind of shit. So
It's a dog and pony show. It really is, because
totally.
Most politics.
There's
is
no
anyway.
need for two parties.
Most-
There is no need for two parties. If you really want to
There
get
needs
stuff
to be
done,
more.
you don't like in any corporation. Do you in any corporation see a two-party corporation? No, because it never works.
No.
You can't have team
Unless
one.
it's a Twix
You
bar,
can't have
you got it
team
right.
one going, we want to do this product, and team two going, no, we want to do this product, and they have them argue it out. That's not how business functions well. So if you want to have a country that works as well as a business does, you don't have a two-party politics where people.
I'm actually going to
fight each
agree
other.
with Troll Patrol, because should you run a country as a business though? That's the question. Is that even the right approach?
No, but I'm just saying.
It makes me wonder if this even.
No, but I agree
with democracy.
No, but I agree with Rugboy, because
this-
honestly, we need more parties. We need more variety of people with different views. We can't have a far left and
this
a
is
far
hardly
right.
even a democracy
We need
anymore.
moderates in the middle as well. So, I mean, how do you think other countries work? They don't have two parties. A lot of countries
it's
have
retarded.
multiple parties.
Like you can't.
They have lots of parties.
Every person should represent themselves. That's what I'm saying. The person with the best ideas win.
Yeah.
Okay, so like for example, if I have a guy that knows how to like get rid of all these taxes and get rid of all of this money that we owe everyone and that we're entrenched in all of this fucking bad deals, we have a guy that knows that can get us out of it, but he's for legal abortion because he doesn't want to tell his daughter what to do with her body or tell anybody's daughter what to do with their body. He can never win. Because even though he has the best financial plan, for some reason, they are both tied together. The both ideas have to be tied together. So you can't just go to like a cafeteria and pick what you like. You always have to make a deal with the devil, and that's stupid. That's this two-party system is retarded.
Well, and what I hate about it is, like, during these debates and things, people like to point out, well, so-and-so's not as conservative as I am, or so-and-so's not as liberal as I am, or they're too moderate, or whatever. But, like, why should that even matter? What policies and what exactly that they're wanting to do for the country? It should have nothing to do with the D or the R next to their name. But the fact of the matter is, America has made it that way, to where it's so separate. I mean, even primaries are elected separately. It shouldn't be that way. It should be everybody together. Get rid of the parties. If you're going to have two parties, get rid of them, or you need to add more, and just vote for the best person instead of it being the best person on the Republicans and the best person on the
That's part of the
Democrats.
reason I've been on the independent. That's part of the reason I've voted independent since I've been 18 years of age, and I've always been on the independent party. And I don't look at the sides; I look at the person and what they have to offer, and I try to look at it in the most independent way I can look at it. But
Well, it would be great if the independent party and the Green Party and all those like back parties can come up and actually be something, but they're so focused on like being.
They don't have the lobbying power.
Exactly.
That's true. And that's true, Troll. The independent party never wins, but most people.
Nobody ever
Trump
hears
is
about him
independent?
either.
Trump is running independent.
No,
In
he's
this
not.
day and
He's
age,
Democrat.
in this day and age, you can do this. You can easily survey the people. Okay, you can easily say, okay, go to this website and answer all these questions, and then we'll have
That's how we should vote.
And then we should have no, we won't vote, but we'll let everybody know what we think as a country. All right, and you can
I
see.
just want to mention.
You can see all that information and go, okay, the people want this. We should do that. The people want this. We should do that because we're paying the taxes. But they don't do that.
Troll Patrol.
You have to elect some guy who might do something that you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a website.
You're not even voting. Yeah. You're not even voting for the president. You're voting for the electoral college to vote your way. Like, it's all
Pretty much.
nuts.
It's a mess.
Okay, so there's this website that I just
Yeah.
put in the comments, but it says I side with.
Oh,
and
I
so
side
if you
with.
are unsure about what candidate that you follow, then you can go in and answer these questions on what you believe, and it can tell you which candidate you align with the most.
I hate.
So if anybody's
I might have to do
interested
that because I hate.
Yeah, but
putting
that's
myself in a
I think
box,
that's
saying,
skewed
like,
too
one or the
because a lot of these things you have to write other if you don't have the same exact policy as they do. You know, I've tried to take
No,
this
you
test.
can write no. You can write in because it gives you an option of yes or no, or like yes, but da da da, or no, but da da da, and then you can also write in what you think separately. So there's like a write-in portion in the questions as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they take that into account what you write.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this out there. Troll Patrol said a few comments back. This is a democracy. I would argue that this is actually
for that.
I think this is actually an oligarchy. The United
It
States
is.
Yes,
an
It
that's
really
what I
is.
was going to say.
It absolutely
We don't
is.
live in a democracy anymore. We don't live in a
It's an
Oligarchy
oligarchy
being a
with a really
small group
advanced
of-
dog and pony show that makes you think that it's a democracy, but it's not.
Exactly.
Small group of people. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's a small group of people having control of a country, organization, or institution. Tell me that's not what's going on right now. Tell me we're not an oligarchy.
That's exactly what's going on. But they want to make it to seem like that we are a democracy and that begging and picking this president is that's you making the decisions for the country, but in reality, it's not.
I've always
That's
felt
right. I mean, it should be. But
and
you can look at every conspiracy theorist, and every conspiracy theorist talks about this, about how the government controls everything, and how it's so crooked in politics, and how we can't get anything like the energy crisis done, the drug on wars, or the war on drugs, legalization of marijuana, future possible cures for diseases like diabetes and cancer. It's all being controlled. And I'm getting a bad echo. It might come from me. I hope not.
No, I think it came from something. Jordan had to leave.
But anyway, the point I'm making is, if you look at most of the conspiracy theorists, and I am one of the big ones of it, it's a piece of crap what we have to deal with as far as the governmental system, and we're being suppressed and oppressed as a people, and our rights are being taken away daily, and we think we live in a free country when we're almost turning into George Orwell in 1984.
Ooh,
all over
Anthony,
again.
Let's talk conspiracies. I like talking conspiracies.
Yeah, I could go into all this stuff.
I love talking conspiracies.
Well, it's true. And that's true.
Here's one thing that's weird, though, that's happening in the country. Have you noticed how small towns across the country are now receiving tanks and fucking military battering equipment from Iraq that was not used? Why does a bumblefuck town in Wisconsin need a goddamn SWAT outfit and a tank? It makes
because
no
America.
fucking sense.
Yeah, and
how intimidating is that to the people living?
And these Walmarts turning into military bases, and and that's true. We do have more country.
Small town.
We do have more rights than most countries. We do, but we take advantage of those rights. Yeah. We don't stand up for ourselves. We just kind of just like whatever happens. And nobody has the good old fashioned Howard Beale kind of approach. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore kind of attitude. There's my 1979
that is
reference network.
That's supposed to be the media, but the media is just a bunch of dirtbags who are just repeating what they hear to go against the thing. They're supposed to be the ones to be like
4 or 5 people controlling the media.
This is the reason why. Look, we need capitalism in this country. We do. We need it, but it does poison a lot of things, like the media. Like the media are all now based on getting ratings and getting funding and this and that. And the media should not be worried about that shit. It should just be worried about reporting the news and reporting facts.
Yeah.
And so as soon as you create
like
the
4 or 5 major companies
where they have to get ratings or where all this stuff matters, they start to compromise what the integrity of the news is, and and leave opinion out of it. And now they have these things that are completely skewed to a certain bias.
I'm scared of watching the news.
Yo, let's push Troll Patrol's button some more and talk more conspiracy. I think this is going to.
Frankly, I'm scared of watching.
Well, his name is the Troll Patrol. He is the guy who trolls.
I know, it's great. Anthony, did we ever land on the moon? Have we landed on the moon, or was that horse shit?
I'd say probably about 80% of that was bogus.
Okay, what part? What was the 20% that was real?
The 20% of that was, yes, we did go to the moon. We went there, and what you saw on the black and white reels did happen, but there was more to it than what meet the eye. You got to really read into these theories about that the moon was actually a base for either aliens or some kind of ancient
it's made
culture,
out of cheese.
something to do with the Mars and why it's the way it is now. And sure,
look, to me, here's what's shady. This is some of my theories.
So, the whole thing was just like shady to me.
The fact
that
in 1969 they were able to send a video signal 250,000 miles through space when we didn't even have color TV yet, and they had problems broadcasting. How the fuck is that even possible? This is what I think happened, though. I think they took pictures. If they landed, they took pictures. They took film. Heading back, you are passing through lots of radiation fields, and maybe the pictures got exposed and they were gone, and they were like, shit. We got to restage this and take these pictures. The fucking photo's been exposed. Send it up real quick. I mean, the timing is convenient because all they wanted to do was beat the Russians into space and do it by the end of the decade because Kennedy said by the end of the decade we're going to do this. I know, it may be BS. I'm just, and why is we don't have an aircraft that can make it to the moon right now? We don't have an aircraft that can go that far. And a lot of those early astronauts that were in that program, they all died weird accidental deaths. What the fuck is up with that?
No, not all of them.
Not all of them, but there was some shadiness going on. Look, I just like to entertain these fucking crazy things because it's crazy. It's fun. Too early for Halloween.
Have you guys?
I tell you, the best books in the world to read. The best books in the world to read are by Richard Hoagland, and it talks about the black ops of the hidden agenda of NASA, and also by a few people. Graham Hancock, he was really good one. Talked about
Graham Hancock's great, dude. That dude knows a lot of shit.
Yes.
Have you guys your mind.
Ever heard of the Bernstein Bears conspiracy?
Oh, yeah, the Bernstein Bears. I grew up reading that shit.
Okay,
I love that artist too.
Did you hear the conspiracy of it though?
No, there's a Bernstein Bears conspiracy. Hold on. Now we're talking.
Okay.
Let me guess. It's Nazi propaganda. No.
No. Supposedly, the Bernstein Bears. Okay. So how do you spell Bernstein? How did you spell it?
We're talking about the children's book, right?
Yes, we are. But don't look it up. How do you spell it?
I thought it was Bernstein. Bernstein Bears. Bernstein.
Like
I always thought it was play on
E-I-N?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Berenstain.
There you go. There's the conspiracy.
Yes. What's the
okay? So the conspiracy is that it used to be Berenstain, or Bernstein, the Stein, and somehow there was some kind of time alteration, and then now we are in an alternate reality to where it is Berenstain.
What? But that's the name of the authors. It's Stan and Jim Berenstain.
Right.
Wait a minute. I'm so confused.
I don't know.
But talk to anybody that read those books as a child or anything. Everybody said it was Berenstain. But now they're all
Berenstain.
finding out, oh, wait a second. It's now Berenstain. Something happened. Because that's not what everybody else thinks it is.
It's
I'm gonna-
interesting.
I don't know. I blame John Teeter. I'm going
to find the article that I read this from.
Here, I think here it's right here. This is. It says here, at some time in the last 10 years or so, reality has been tampered with and history has been retroactively changed. This is just like Aldous Huxley, Brave New World. The bears really were called the Berenstain Bears when we were growing up, but now reality has been altered such that the name of the bears has been changed post hoc. What the fuck is going on? Somehow we have all undergone a pi/2 phase change in all 4 dimensions so that we moved to the next Stain hexadectant, while our counterparts moved to our hexadectant. They are standing around expressing their confusion about the Bernstein Bears and how they all remember Berenstain Bears on the covers growing up. My head hurts now.
That's right. I blame this
What
guy
the
right here.
fuck?
I
I
think
blame
that's why
John
you
Teeter
get the
right
fuck out
there.
of here.
What did I just read? I'm so.
I blame
Is
I
this
blame
real
John
life?
Teeter.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna punch out. I want to say thanks to Jordan, and thanks for Anthony for hanging out. I'm gonna go. Imran, I love you.
Bye, Rug.
And,
I love you, Rugs.
Bye,
I
Rug
need to
Boy.
get
Stuffing warm.
Good night.
Rug boy, I love you.
Good night,
Good night, take care of
sexy
your stuff.
thing.
Love you, Rug
Keep it
boy.
warm. Hey, Troll Patrol 9, you just comment or you cam up also? Why don't you jump in here if you want? I bet he won't. Later, bye, JSJD. Wow, this glitches in the Matrix thing. This is fucking wow. You just blew my mind, Jordan. I had no idea that we are living in an alternate.
I blame
universe.
John Teeter for the whole thing.
Yeah,
Not
that's
only
what-
John
okay,
Teeter's John Teeter.
It says
Who's?
John Teeter was his time traveler.
Oh, he has
yeah,
filed a
yeah.
patent for a time machine. What the shit?
Yes.
2000.
I blame John Teeter. The whole
yeah,
thing.
they were saying
is
that
the-
it could have been from a time traveler who came from like another from the future, and they wanted to change the future to where it would be different, so they like made a tiny alteration to the
Just to
book.
check. Maybe it was a
Yeah.
test. Why would they pick that fucking thing of all things to change? Plus, if time travel happens, then they're here already. Like it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. There you
Wow. John Teeter has a patent for a fucking time machine, people.
Yeah.
Is that the only time machine patent? How does that work? What is the patent?
So
It's right here. Holy shit. Method of gravity distortion and time displacement. Holy crap. I wonder if this is physically feasible. Wow. Somebody thought.
Yeah, this was going on
Tulsa.
like the turn of the century, and this
Yeah.
and this guy
Guy's from Tulsa, Oklahoma, it says.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
And
this guy was coming on the internet. This guy was coming on the internet named John Teeter, and he was going by that screen name, and he was saying he was predicting the future and telling people what was going to happen, and there was a lot of parallels between what was really going on in the world and what he was saying, and it's true. There is a John Teeter today. He's probably about 15, 16 years of age, and he's got a lawyer because of the fact that somebody's claiming to be John Teeter.
So
and
wait,
all
is this
this,
15,
and-
16-year-old
and-
in Tulsa?
I think
Are you
so.
shitting me?
grow up to
But
time machine is what you're saying, John Teeter.
But, yeah,
We'll grow up.
but it was a real big thing back
I'll tell you
before
what, this is the
so-called.
ugliest fucking website I've ever seen, but it's very interesting. This website.
But it was a big old thing right before the so-called Mayan apocalypse was supposed to happen, and so that's where I knew about it. I was listening to Coast to Coast a lot then, and now I don't listen to it as much because of Blab. But yeah, John Teeter was a real thing.
This is interesting. They're saying that they think the Large Hadron Collider could possibly help in time travel to create tiny wormholes in space. Ooh, this is just like the Flash. We should do this in real life. Blow up a particle accelerator.
Well, that's weird because I watch that show every Wednesday night. Well, for me, it's Wednesday night because I watch it on my DVR, and I'm like, God, this is the John Teeter story right here.
So
God.
you caught that a little bit because remember they ran around in circles, and then he tosses, and then the portal opens, and then he tosses him through the portal. But that's because they had just created so much speed together, like the Large Hadron. Like it reminded me of the Large Hadron Collider, where they're just sending atoms around, and when they smash, the energy released possibly causes a little wormhole. Maybe if they hit just at the right fucking moment.
Wow. We're science fiction meets science fact.
Everybody watching is a time traveler. Pop in here. Let us know what the future is like.
Come on, time travel.
Fucking bear.
Hey, that'd be a good segment for your show.
Yeah, the Bernstein Bears just blew my mind. I swear you're right. It was the Bernstein Bears. It was the Bernstein Bears. Stain. It was never Stain.
Never.
Bears.
I remember it as a child as Bernstein. That's how I remember it.
Well, so you're telling me if I was to go back and find my old books, my childhood books, it would say Berenstain, even though I distinctly remember it being Bernstein. Get the fuck out of here! I'm going to a library tomorrow. Yeah. I gotta find this. There's no way.
Yep.
Hold.
Yep. It will say that. Yep.
Oh, that's fucked. Of all the things the guy had to change, you gotta fuck with that. Who cares? Who really cares?
I'm surprised you haven't heard about it.
No, that's crazy. I love those books. I always loved those books. What made me want to be like a cartoonist. Was that and Richard Scarry's. He had a bunch of books. I don't remember the Richard Scarry books.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great. This is blowing my mind now. BernsteinBears.com. Is that the official website? That's the website.
That's the official website. Yeah, for.
Well, and of course you can't really prove it because everything changed with it, of course. But the only thing that is freaking people out is that everybody says that it was Berenstain.
So if this is the case, this is exactly like Cisco vibing alternate universes on Flash. Like we have memories from before the time alteration of Berenstain Bears.
I don't know. I think it's something to do with how people say things. It's probably a matter of semantics.
It's possible that we just thought it was Steen and it didn't actually look at the covers, and we are just like, Bernstein, because your mind fills in the rest of the word. But how do you fucking confirm this? There's no way to prove this.
There's really no way.
Oh. Wow, that's a great time travel mystery.
There you go.
Mystery show.
That's my favorite conspiracy.
Holy shit! I love getting turned on to new conspiracies. All right, Anthony. Speaking of favorite conspiracies, what is your favorite conspiracy that you would just love to geek out about?
Oh man, there's so many of them. A lot of them are really complex because they deal with the end of the world kind of stuff, and they deal with apocalyptic kind of things. But the big one that I really get a lot out of is dealing with the what's the 1947 UFO crash? I can't think of the town. Roswell. Yeah, Roswell. Really.
Jam. Roswell.
Roswell really gets me because I'm just like okay.
Did you see the X-Files? The new X-Files?
I haven't seen that yet. So I've got that on my list for things to watch.
The first two episodes deal with that Roswell crash and
cool.
In real life or in their universe or whatever. But
I watch Ancient Aliens all the time.
That show's bullshit though. It's History Channel. They don't fucking it's Trent. So what's the deal with Roswell that's all wonky?
Well, I mean the fact that 1947 and
what's up, Trent?
We did have radar technology then. Yeah. We had radar technology then, and we didn't detect something coming out of the sky. And the fact that we had actual proof being shown to us, or so-called proof being shown to us, and then the government just saying, no, it was a weather balloon. Yeah. I'm just like,
I think really, the government has alien technology. I think they've incorporated alien technology. I think they're sitting on alien technology because the general public would freak out. So they have to slowly reveal things. Because
Like
they
how
actually,
fast our technology has grown in the past
Yes,
like 10,
yes.
20 years.
yes,
Well, not even 10, 20 years. I mean, look what happened from the invention of the airplane
Yeah.
to the first flight into space,
Yeah.
1969. I mean, and then
that's less than 100 years.
you know,
Less than 100 years. We go from less than 100 years. We go from horseback being the main form of travel to fucking flying in space in less than 100 years.
Yes.
When generations passed, couldn't get it done. Trent,
Trent,
Okay,
you're gonna have to refresh, Trent. You're a chipmunk.
Trent, your
You're
audio.
a chipmunk.
you-
Trent, you're a chipmunk.
Trent, shut up for a second. We can't refresh. I'm just gonna kick it.
No,
he's gonna have to come back in. Oh, he's still fucking roboting.
Go stay down.
Trent, try again.
No.
We couldn't hear him.
Well, but even like,
But
I mean, just the dawn of the internet and everything since then. I mean,
yeah,
just like
absolutely.
10 years ago, less than 10 years ago, we had like flip phones and stuff, and then now we have our own personal computers. You know,
dude,
In
video
the palm of your
conferencing
hand.
on the phone that was only on the Jetsons that I dreamed about when I was a kid is a fucking normal thing now. Like these things in our pockets are unfucking believable, and we're like,
But you know,
and we bitch when they can't.
other stuff that
fucking do
really
things.
gets me. Other stuff that really gets me is like perpetual motion. Why we don't have free
Free
energy.
energy.
You know
They have
that's
it. They're sitting on it.
yes. You know it's been sit on. That's another one that really gets me. Why people don't take advantage of solar power? Why people don't take advantage of wind power?
Well,
why people don't take
I
advantage
will tell you something.
of water?
Oklahoma has allowed you to have solar and wind power, and we have a lot of those propellers. But guess what they did to it?
Yeah,
They taxed the shit out of it now.
they probably taxed it.
So it makes it not a viable option, does it?
Yeah, so even if you're like, oh, I'm going to get solar power, this is going to be great, I'm going to save a bunch of money. No. Oklahoma
you
was
pay
like,
for all
fuck
that
no,
stuff.
we're an oil state. We're going to tax your
that's right.
solar power.
And the biggest one next to Roswell is the big conspiracy about Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla.
Yes, Tesla.
That is the biggest conspiracy in the world about how Tesla should have been the way that the world works today as far as free electricity to everybody.
That's what I was thinking about when you said free energy. I thought of Tesla because he had it.
Well, free energy. Well, free energy also, not just electrical energy, but I'm talking about other stuff too. But that's amazing that and every book I have looked at in my nephew's books, I'm like, well, where's it talk about Tesla?
They don't talk about it.
And I'm like,
It doesn't.
I'm like, who is that?
They
I'm
don't
like,
really
do you
talk
not know
about
who Tesla
Tesla.
is? And I'm like, do you not know who Tesla is? Well, didn't in there like a car manufacturer in Germany that making it batteries? I'm like, yeah, that's kind of yeah.
I don't think you really learn about Tesla unless you like go to college for like physics or something.
You know when that free energy is going to be?
Well, if you're into conspiracy theories,
Here's when they're going to let that out of the bag is when we fucking run out of all the oil. Then we'll be like, okay, free energy, $5 a pop. Come and get it. We're out of oil.
Yeah.
Yep. And then where I live, everything is going to suck because they put their eggs in one basket.
I mean, that shit ain't going to last forever, is it?
No, but I mean, that's how Oklahoma's economy runs. We run on oil and natural gas, and right now the oil economy is bad because the barrel prices are like $20-something a barrel, and there's people losing their jobs and all that, and we're cutting budgets and things because that's the only thing that they seem to care about is the oil business.
Why is the barrel so low? Is that a conspiracy? Is this price fixing in some case? Some form?
I would say that's one of the reasons. Price fixing.
What would be the reason to drop oil barrels and cause this kind of chaos? Because it affected the market. It's like you said, it's affecting industry, it's affecting jobs.
Mm-hmm.
What is the end game of this thing?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm gonna be fair.
Makes me wonder if it's a crash of the dollar.
Yeah. See, like, I don't know. It probably has a lot to do with some of the stuff overseas oil and all that stuff too. Probably comes into play. But say what?
I don't think we'll ever run out of oil, to be honest with you. I think the world.
Okay.
I think the world makes enough of oil. Is Jordan, you leaving?
No. Payton says that it's because OPEC flooded the market, which then makes the price of oil go down. Which kind of makes sense because, like, what happens is, like, especially here, is when oil is booming like that, they over drill and over hire, and then when there's too much, then that's when you get abandoned oil fields and people getting their jobs laid off. And Oklahoma is way too dependent on that. And right now they're even still in a battle too because we have all these earthquakes, and they're linking them to wastewater injections for fracking. So not only are the oil industry is having problem, they're also having problems with the earthquakes and them claiming that it's from waste well deposits. So
that fracking.
Yeah, that's a big conspiracy thing. It's the fracking thing and why earthquakes happening all the time.
But it's not.
Fracking,
it's not really. You can say it's a conspiracy theory, but they put a panel together, even funded by the oil industry, and they found that the wastewater injections put pressure, even more pressure than it should be, on the existing fault lines in Oklahoma, and caused them to reactivate, which is the problem that we're facing.
That's right.
And they're taking even wastewater from, like, Arkansas, and we're not getting anything out of it, but they're taking wastewater from Arkansas and injecting it here. So, I mean, not only do we have our own wastewaters, but we have also wastewater from other states, and it's putting millions of pounds of pressure on our fault lines.
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
I think people just left things well enough alone and really learned how to use the resources that the higher power, and I'm going to say the higher power give us, and really use it properly and not abuse the way that we have been abusing. We'll have enough oil, we'll have enough gas, we'll have enough electricity, we'll have enough herbs to solve diseases and cure herb burns and everything else. We are a money driven war kind of people, and it's just very scary that the way we have turned out, and we don't know how to progress to live
to the next level. I read somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't.
I read somewhere that the natural resources on this planet are technically only able to support like 500,000 people initially. Naturally. So part of the problem is there's a lot of people. There's millions of people starving. We're making extra food, but every year there's X many more millions of people starving, and then we make more food. But then there's still more millions of people like this. There's an inequality. There's something here that's not connecting. I feel like when we became the Industrial Revolution, when we started making more food than we needed and using up more resources that we needed, that's where the shit kind of all went bad. And that's
because you have an excessive amount of waste. You can plant and grow and kill so many animals or plants for food. But the fact of the matter is that just means that there's more for the people that already have it, and then it just ends up getting wasted.
John says in the chat he heard they are making shit back into food, people.
Oh, shit.
It's made of people. This is a soil situation. We probably will end up eating. Look, the wheat that we eat. First of all, you shouldn't be eating wheat because it's genetically completely not even similar to actual wheat. How wheat was. Like, there's no actual wheat left.
GMO wheat.
Actually, it's true. About not 2 months ago, about 4 months ago, I heard a study that said that there was a study done in the hot dog industry.
Oh boy.
And that the hot dog industry, there was actually strands of DNA found in hot dogs.
What, human DNA?
Human DNA was found in hot dogs.
Even like the kosher Frank, like the Hebrew National ones? Those ones are cool.
No, I don't know about that, but,
Ew,
in the hot dog industry.
Fuck does human DNA?
Kosher DNA.
Kosher DNA.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. There is human DNA found in hot dogs.
You can then you can use the line, "Hey, you got any Jewish in you? You want some?" And then there you go. Hey, do you think Triumph 91 says, do you think there are going to be zombies? Although I don't know if he means bee zombies or like bees that turn into zombies, or actually one B, one E. He wrote it too.
Well, not the bee zombie, but human zombie. Look at half the population.
Well, what about the Zika virus? Is this Zika virus the start of the fucking zombie apocalypse?
Oh,
half the people in the world today are zombies anyway. Because look at the people. You go out on a normal street, nobody's looking at each other. They got these iPads and tablets and everything.
We've become a really strange society where we consume real life through screens, even though you're standing right the fuck there, people.
Yes. There's a link about human DNA being found.
But we're making content. We're actually contributing, so other people can be zombified with our. This is Jock and Nerd. Okay.
It says here, according to USA Today.
Yeah. What's that report?
According to USA Today, that hot dogs are considered to be one of the most American foods. The report covers something startling.
I guess it's more American
on
now.
What people really are eating. Yeah, clear. It says here that from 75 different brands sold at 10 retailers, 14% had hygienic or substitution issues.
Y'all, hot dogs are people
Substitution
too.
Meaning, yeah.
They're people. Oh my God, this brings up so many things. First of all, there's this awesome video from the 70s. It's a PSA for not taking acid. It's like a drug PSA in which the girl goes to buy a hot dog and the hot dog starts talking to her. And it tells her, don't eat me. I have a family. And it's got crazy, like, troopy 70s fucking wah-wah guitar in the background. It's the funniest fucking thing ever.
That sounds like that. That sounds like that Tell Us on the Dark Side episode where the girl wanted to lose weight and she tried everything, and then she got this implant put in her ear, and she started hearing the food talk to her.
The food is talking to her. That's great.
And literally, the food was talking to her, and you're like just stabbing the broccoli, like
small head zombies. That's the Zika virus, I think. Yeah. I had another thing. I totally forgot what I was going to say.
You guys ever thought about like what if plants can feel?
Oh, they can feel.
They can feel.
Dude, plants do some wacky shit. If you time lapse certain vine plants, like you could see them, they're alive. They move towards the light. They react to things really slowly, but you time lapse it, and it's like a living alien creature is like crawling towards the light, the window. You're like, what the fuck? How did it know?
Well, I just think about people like who are vegetarian and vegan, and if you are in the comments, sorry. But I mean, you know, they say cruelty to animals and stuff, but it's like, but how do we know that we're not being cruel to plants at the same time? You know, just that's what I'm saying. Just because they can't make sounds and stuff, that doesn't mean that.
Listen, just like the cows, I eat the plants because if I don't, they're gonna eat me. I'm just fucking nipping it in the bud before any fucking shit goes down. If we stopped eating cows, they would turn around and devour us because they're like, oh, fuck you guys. You stopped eating us. This is our chance.
We're going to eat you now. Yeah. And then you'll have DNA in your hamburgers.
That's how the DNA. So maybe a cow ate a person and then it got, or a pig. First of all, those hot dogs aren't even meat. I don't know. It's all like the leftovers. It's pretty nasty.
Well, I think the human DNA probably comes from the fact that, you know, they're transferred from
sweat from
person to person and sweat and that kind of stuff. And so, you know, that makes sense.
That's how you get E. coli.
And Zika. We've been eating people. By the way, still eating at Chipotle. I have yet to get sick. So they're
Still
shutting
eating
down
at
their
Chipotle.
stores. Listen, they're shutting down their stores February 8th. Like for one day, they're shutting down all their stores to have like a city corporate-wide meeting about this E. coli. And I was like, I'm going to still eat there until I get sick. Until then, let me get some carnitas. Yeah.
I ate it twice on
Wasn't that
Wednesday.
only one of them?
There you go.
Oh, shit. You're living dangerously, Joy. What do you got, a death wish?
Wasn't that only one of them? Only one of them in the whole country?
So
I
what?
think it was only one that had a...
No. There was
Yeah.
actually like multiple places.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard it was like one
Well,
and one.
yeah, no, I heard it was in one place and it was a big deal, but then there was like some other cases like around the country. I think there was like possibly one in like Norman, Oklahoma. I think there was like one case, but it wasn't like a huge outbreak. It was like a few people, you know? Like it wasn't like there was a bunch of people that had E. coli. It was like, maybe a handful.
It doesn't seem to have hurt their business at all. Like we said, we're still eating there.
I'm eating there.
handled it well.
I don't think I've ever ate at one. I've never
It's pretty good, clean food.
You're missing out because Chipotle is the shit.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I've never ate
Listen,
at
I get a
one.
burrito bowl. It's got 5 ingredients in it. It's $12 motherfucking dollars. There's 5 things in there. One of it is lettuce. Why is this $12? You're telling
I get
me
the
I think
burrito.
I can go to
rice and veggies and lettuce is fucking 12. I do add the guacamole. Of course, that's extra.
Yes,
and
so
stop
do I.
asking me. Stop asking me if
think
I
I can
want
go
it.
to-
'Cause
I
it's
can go
extra.
to-
okay.
I said put guacamole on there. I know it's extra. Just put it on there. I don't ask me if it's okay. It's extra. I know. I don't give a shit.
$2.
I could go to Subway and get a sub for like $6.
I get brown rice and steak, and I get sour cream and cheese and black beans and guac, and then you got to get Chipotle Tabasco sauce on it.
Oh
It's
shit! I
delicious.
didn't try that. This is what I always get. I get black beans. Brown rice and the
However-
veggies, and then carnitas and salsa, guacamole, and lettuce. That's it.
Yeah, they got their own brand salsa. I've had their salsa
Pretty good.
before, and it's pretty
John
good.
B. Mrs.
No,
Chi-Chi's.
when you go over where the drinks and things are, that has the Tabasco, and there's a
Oh.
Chipotle Tabasco.
Oh, I noticed the regular
So-
Tabasco.
Yeah, but there's like a smoked Chipotle Tabasco. It's the fucking shit, and I could
Ooh,
eat
shit.
it on everything.
If anybody's been gotten sick by Chipotle, let us know. JSJVD says he used to work at Schneider's Hot Dog. I bet he's got a lot of food handling stories.
Where haven't you worked, Jeeves? Jesus, he always has a new place
cheese
to
works
work at.
everywhere. You know,
He's worked with
He's
cake
worked
stuff.
everywhere.
He's been a chef. He worked in a slaughterhouse. He worked at a hot dog
Shit, hey.
place.
Jeeves, cam up. You sound like an interesting fellow. I want to know more about you.
Jeeves is a very interesting guy. You need to talk to
thank
him.
you.
Indian,
Come
and I'm
again.
Pakistani. Look, I'm Pakistani. I can relate. I can relate to you, my buddy. There we go.
No, well, you're not as bad as Jeeves. Hello,
Well, I was
Jeeves.
born
Hello,
in
thank
America.
you.
Hey, what's
Come
up,
again.
dude?
What's going on, man?
Where are you calling from?
Canada, Vancouver, BC.
Oh, Canada. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
This is really
like
great.
Homer
Hey,
Simpson,
Jeeves.
apparently, like Homer Simpson, you've had a lot of jobs. What are some of the jobs you've had?
Tell him, Jeeves.
Yes, I worked around. I worked at a plant where they make like Snyder's hot dog and ham. And, like,
Okay,
sausages
let's
and
start
stuff like
there.
that.
You see anything fucking
Okay.
weird in the food handling or any? Was it all on the up and up, or were you like that doesn't seem right?
No. It was all up and right, and everything came from a certain place, you know. But I don't know what they did to the meat or anything like that. We don't know what happens in the other side.
Tell him about your
It comes to us.
slaughterhouse
It comes
days,
to-
Jeeves.
Okay, my slaughterhouse was the best. Okay, if we don't get the pigs like dead, we actually have to swing them in their head, like literally hold them in their tail and swing them.
Smash
in their
their
head
brain
so they
in.
don't die. Smash their brain. That's where they
Oh,
die
God.
faster.
How did?
Because usually when we put them in the what do you call it thing, we usually poke them with like a chemical that we use to de-infect them. So we like poke them in their ear, and then they'll hang up in a hook, and then we have to slit them in the neck. That's where
Like,
they
you
bleed
let 'em
out.
bleed out. Okay.
Let them bleed out, and then they come out to another room, and we have to cut them in half and take the insides out.
Wait,
and put them in a
you
big
did
bin.
this? You did this?
Yeah, there was a line of people.
What was it?
What I did was I did work in where I had to kill them first, use that machine, and then I moved into cutting them in half and take out.
John B says taking all the good stuff out. Look, organ meat is very healthy. People should eat more organ meat. Hearts, livers. It's all really good for you.
I like liver.
Yeah, I like people.
Some days when you open up, the whole thing just like falls right on me.
It sounds like a horror movie, and oh shit! And the smell.
Yeah, you open the whole thing.
When he first told me about it, I got kind of sad. Like it kind of upset me.
That's
like poor
dude,
pigs.
You have to have good stomach to do that work, okay? You gotta have good stomach.
You think that's bad? You should see how they treat the fucking chickens in some of these horror shows.
Oh, I know. I've seen that. Did you ever see the videos of them taking like live chicks and putting them in grinders?
Yeah.
Why would you watch that?
I've seen the videos, but I never like.
Well, I mean, I never saw it in person. I saw videos of them throwing. And it was the male chickens. They threw all the male chickens in the grinder.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeeves, Mr. Scott Brooker has a good comment. He says, take a tour of a slaughterhouse. Some people never eat meat again. How did that affect your meat-eating habits, or did it at all?
Nothing. It did not affect me at all. I'm still eating meat. I love meat.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how I coped with it, but I did.
I like this guy. Describe the smell for me. Was that hard?
Dude, every day you go, you're smelling shit.
Does that pay good then? Why do people do that? Is it good pay?
No. It's a good pay. If you work in the kill zone, it pays you more. But if there's other departments where you work at, like packaging, there's also like deboning and stuff like that. So it goes through a line. Every day we do about 400 pigs. We kill 400 pigs. Every day.
A day?
400 will come through. And we kill 400 a day.
Is any of this union work? Is there a union involved in any of this?
What's that?
A union.
Union?
Yeah, it's a union. It's run by the union. Like the one that we work at, it's run by a union. It's called Britco. It's a big company. It's a huge company that's owned by a union.
That's fascinating. All right.
And they have like...
Before that, where'd you work before the slaughterhouse?
Before the slaughterhouse, I was actually a line cook at Earl's.
Wow. Have you lived in Canada your whole life?
Down here in Canada, there's a place called Earl's, like fancy restaurant, they call it.
Are there any places still run by the
Semi-fancy.
Confederates? I don't understand the question.
No.
The Confederates?
No, I don't
like
think
actual
so.
Confederates from Civil War?
No, I never worked in any of those, so I wouldn't know.
Jordan, did you say he worked in a vape shop?
Yeah, he worked with vape.
I actually partnered up with somebody to do vape.
Was it your own business? You had your own business then?
It was someone else's business. I just partnered with them and like did them out of my own house, but they had a shop and stuff.
How long ago was that?
That was like probably 2 years ago.
That industry has changed. The industry has changed so much.
Yeah, that industry has changed.
That's
so much.
You should have stayed in there.
You can get all the stuff cheap.
Oh, Jeeves, tell him what your current job is now.
Current job? I'm an audio engineer.
An army engineer for the Canadian?
Audio. He's an audio engineer.
Oh, what are you engineering?
I do everything in entertainment.
Oh, shit, what are you mixing? You mixing shit?
I mix videos, music videos. I do stuff for Hollywood. My last movie that I did was Mission Impossible. I did another movie, a foreign language movie last year that I got an Oscar nomination.
Whoa.
Yeah, you did the audio for Vancouver Web Fest, didn't you?
Yeah,
the Vancouver Web Fest.
Dude, you are.
And I have my own studio here that I do like production. I'm a freelance worker.
You should start a podcast.
You're
fucking fascinating. What'd you do on Mission Impossible, dude?
I did a sound designing for it. Wow. So there was a scene that we needed to get work done. So I joined into a team that was doing it, and they asked us for some help.
Is this like Foley work?
So I went in there and did sound effects for them.
Like Foley sound effects work, or just general audio mixing?
Not technically. More into the machine sounds and like a little bit of like Foley work.
Dude, we have the name for your podcast right here, thanks to John B2553.
Ask Jeeves Podcast.
Ask Jeeves Podcast. Dude,
oh shit!
It writes itself. Have your breadth of expert, like just you talking about all the jobs you had. It's fucking fascinating. From the slaughterhouse to all.
And I'm only 31 years old, so it's like I've been through everything.
Hey, are you into? I'd love to have you on this show. I'd interview you. You into like comic book stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Comic book? No, Not really. I've read a few of them. But
out of all these things, where's your passion lie? Like, what do you like to geek out about the most?
I'm more into the technology.
Nice.
I'm a geek into technology, like computers, like hand devices, whatnot. Anything that has to do with audio, also like mixers and stuff like that. I love that. I love the computer parts.
Yeah, I used to mix sound in Greenwich Village, in 1996-ish, for a bar. And I mixed like hundreds of bands, and I learned a lot about live sound mixing. Mostly that.
I do big scale like sound. I work for a big stadium here.
Okay.
Rogers Arena.
Yeah, I know Rogers. Yeah, they
Rogers Arena. I work down there for like big concerts and stuff like that. I've done like Justin Bieber,
the
Rihanna,
Maple Leafs and
all the big guys.
Don't the Maple Leafs and Marlies play there?
Yeah, I just got booked for Rihanna's concert.
Wait, so what are you doing on those shows? You're mixing live sound?
I assist with the sound guy, or I'm doing rigging lights and stuff.
That's awesome.
Or assisting with their sound guys with stage props or whatnot.
Wow.
So I'm just like
That's why.
What would you say? Like just assisting.
Dude, you should have a podcast. That's why when I first started this podcast, I realized it was everything that I love applies to this. Everything I've learned in my life, from reading comic books to drawing to being in plays and kind of being a performer, to learning how to mix sound, to learning websites, to illustrating, to geeking out. All of it is this right here. And I was like, oh shit, I should have started this like 5 years ago. You know?
Yeah, you should have. It's awesome. It's pretty interesting.
We're off and running. We got 77 episodes. We talk about like comic book. We interview Oscar winners and filmmakers, and we have really interesting guests and producers, and then we geek out about shows and comic books, and then we just talk about whatever. It's pretty like that's the main catch, but really anybody can listen to the show.
Well, I'm actually working on another film right now that I want to shoot myself. It's like for music. It's like the one that they did. I did part of rap, kind of, but I want to do a Canadian version, independent, like people who are independent in their music career and stuff like that. I want to travel, so I'm like getting people together. I've got script writers already that are working on it. I'm trying to get fundings from the government here for us.
Cool.
How is the Canadian government in arts funding? Are they pretty loose?
They're really good. In Vancouver,
I know they are.
in Vancouver, they actually fund for a film here. In Vancouver, the government actually funds and puts the funds out there. That's why Hollywood people come
Vancouver,
here to shoot
everything on the CW.
Vancouver is like
everything on the CW.
Central area. Even Iron Man, the Iron Man CGI, all were done here in Vancouver in a small company that did it here.
Hey,
Hollywood actually hired them for them.
Most of the outdoor scenes of the Stargate SG-1, all the outdoor scenes were done there in Vancouver.
Yep. And iRobot was actually done in the mall that I just lived like maybe half an hour away.
Hey, I just want to talk to John B253 here. He was looking for Rug Boy. John, thanks for jumping in. This is the Jock and Nerd podcast. Rug Boy was here earlier. We'll be back next Friday. Same Rug Boy time, same Rug Boy channel. But in the meantime, if you go, I'm the nerd, actually. I use the show. The Jock is Anthony. He also left. My name's Imran. But just go to jockandnerd.com. And we're primarily an audio podcast. You can subscribe. You can hear. We have hours and hours of content and these video shows. And John would love it if you come back next week, subscribe to the show. But this has been a fun night, man. We got a lot of new people.
Yeah,
Anthony Clegg. I can't believe Anthony came on. He's written in 3 weeks in a row. That was fucking great. And then we got him in trouble. This dude came on, and it was 3 a.m. in the UK. And then we got him in trouble with his wife. And then he had to leave.
Wow.
Woke his wife up.
It was worth it. It was worth it that we got to hang out with us.
Exactly.
But I see you, dude. You watch us a bunch. I see you all the time in here when we're on doing the show. Right?
Yeah, because I brought him here.
Nice.
Because Fridays are usually my days that when I work, like I'm in the club or I'm doing sound or something like that. So usually I just leave my phone on here and I listen to you guys while I'm working. But it's kind of hard sometimes to listen to you guys because all the noises that go in.
Dude, I appreciate you listening.
This is my first Friday off.
I met Jeeves on Blab, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
That's
Same way. Jeeves is my best friend on Blab.
Jeeves is my best Blab friend.
Jeeves, let's get into this. I'm going to blow your mind a little bit. What's your background? What's your nationality?
Nationality, I'm Hindu.
You're Hindu. Where's your family from?
My family's from Singapore.
Okay. Believe it or not, I'm Pakistani. I was born in Chicago. My family's from Karachi.
Oh, wow.
But my mom was, but they were born in India.
I would never guessed it.
Right?
I would never guessed it.
Right. Well, the reason for that is so you guys check this out. I'm technically supposed to be Jeeves' color. That's the color I am. I had vitiligo when I was 6, and it started under my eye. So much like Michael Jackson, I was born a small brown child and grew up into a white man.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It started around my eyes, and like by the time I was my early 20s, like it evened out. All my pigment was gone. So I can't suntan. I sunburn very easily because there's no. So the melanin in your skin that's giving you color and protecting you from the ultraviolet, all that has been destroyed. My body has destroyed it.
Oh,
yeah, it's pretty. And this this white hair on my beard is another level of the vitiligo affecting the hair follicles. And making
okay.
So eventually I might have all white hair because it's in my eyebrows. It's really wacky and it changes. But I've always wondered.
But you look good.
I get a lot of compliments. But we are wearing the same red color. But I've always wondered, I have to Photoshop myself your color one of these days just to see what I was supposed to look like.
See, red is my favorite color, so I
red is mine just because I've always liked Spider-Man and the red and the blue, and red is. That's why it's funny. That's why when I started smoking Marlboro Reds just because I love that box. The fucking Marlboro Red box calls out to you, smoke me. And then that's
awesome, man. That's awesome.
The beginning of a horrible relationship, but
I'm much better now. I'm on this. Yeah, me too. I smoked Black and Milds first. And then went to Camel Wides, and then to Camel Lights, and then here I am. So there you go, kids. Don't smoke.
Oh, John knows Rug Boy from the street. Hey, John, let me ask you in the chat. What do you think about the $5 a replay they're doing over at Kermit and Friends? I'm just curious. But he knows Rug Boy from Streetcast. But I love Kermit and Friends coming over here too.
Oh, that's cool.
What do you do on Blab, Jeeves? You just kind of hop around.
I just hop around and just talk to people, just randomly.
Yeah.
And then they find out who I am and stuff. They ask me all these questions. Other than that, I just chill.
Right, Jeeves has some of the best blabs.
Yeah.
Oh, you host your own blabs too, Jeeves?
Yeah, because I'm there.
I'm there. I'm there
not all the time.
Yes.
Most of the time. Oh, except for the fact that you didn't tag me in one today that I could have been interested in.
Well, sorry, I didn't remember you. I was doing something else. I wasn't even on cam. These guys were on cam.
Forget about Jordan Radford. But Jeeves, what are your blab? What do you guys talk about when you do a blab?
Just random.
Everything.
Just random stuff. Everything.
And most of the time, it turns into
it's not really ever like a topic blab. It's just like we're hanging out.
Let's hang out.
Where you just start one thing and
then most of the time it turns into the let's make fun of G's. Let's see if we can imitate G's.
That's Tony's job.
What TV shows do you watch?
X-Files.
Let's talk X-Files. I just watched. I've caught up on the first 3 episodes. Hold on, if anybody hasn't seen it.
I've only watched 12. I haven't.
Okay, let's talk about the first 2. I'm going to issue our spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Just in case anybody hasn't seen the X-Files. What did you think of the first 2 episodes?
It was all right. I haven't finished watching all of them.
There's only 3.
Yeah.
Good. It won't take me long to binge watch that.
Did you watch the first 2, or you didn't watch all of it?
No, I haven't watched all of it.
Well, I was telling Anthony, we were talking about Roswell, and plays a major part in the first 2 episodes. Is the actual.
Oh, Roswell, yeah. I saw a little bit of it.
What do you think? Do you think we have alien technology that the government is like holding on to and is afraid to let out because the public would freak out?
I think it's true. I think it's true that we got aliens here. Another dimension or whatnot, right?
Here?
Yeah.
Looking like us, like Martian Man?
I think they're here and they're just holding them in some... Yeah. The people that... Back in those days, when they say God, in my culture, when they say God, like with people with head hands or head legs or whatever, it's just human beings that we call aliens, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, there's sometimes you look at those cave painting drawings and and then
Those are true, actually. Those are actually true.
Yeah,
but they were just
perfect.
us. It's just mammals like us, you know. They just had special powers. That's all.
And how
they weren't actually
well,
gods.
right? But how is it that people's description of these aliens across time,
What?
across the world, they're all very similar? Like these people haven't met, and they always end up describing the same kind of egg, upside down egg with the oval eyes. That to me is freaky.
That is freaky.
How do you explain that?
That is totally freaky.
This
You
X-Files is
explained
like
it
a new season. I
by
think
the
there's only like
real.
6 episodes. The third one is
Yeah.
really fun, like good fun X-Files. It's pretty good. I like it.
Hmm
Well,
I'm gonna go finish watching it later on today. I watched the what do you call it? Marvel's Agents of Shield.
Yes.
are you caught up? Are you
That's a
caught
good
up with
show.
that one?
Yeah, I saw the first season already.
Oh, so you haven't caught up with the rest of it?
Yeah, I
Second-
haven't.
not
I
the
hadn't
second
watched the
season. I've
second
got up to
season
the
at
first.
all.
Let me tell you, the first
I haven't
season is a
either.
chore.
First season was
Oh,
awesome.
you liked it?
I liked the first season. Why you didn't like
For
it?
like-
me, it was a little bit of a chore to watch because they were hampered until that episode 16 when Captain America Civil War comes out and they can actually say the word Hydra and Shield. Like they were so
Yeah.
handcuffed writing those first few episodes. Like they were like, we're gonna.
Yeah, I was wondering what that alien was or
Yeah.
whatnot, or if
Yeah.
that other guy was an actual alien or something.
But once it went into the Captain America movie, came back. I love the show since then. I mean, it had some hits and misses,
Yeah.
but this season it's like it's gonna come back soon. It's had some it's really cool. They're building up Inhumans and a whole other race of
Yeah.
people because they can't use the word.
pretty
They
cool.
can't use the M word, the mutant word. So they're Inhumans.
Yeah.
They're mutants. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you do watch all the
That's
comic
pretty
book
cool.
geek shows. That's what we talk about.
It's
I'm sure you heard.
the only one I've seen so far. I haven't seen anyone
You
else.
should-
Like Flash and stuff, I haven't watched it yet. I gotta.
You
bet.
need to
have
watch
Netflix?
Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
I haven't watched that.
Uh,
yet.
yeah.
I watched some of the Daredevil stuff.
Daredevil,
and
Jessica
I tried
Jones
to
is
binge
really
watched
good.
it, and I don't.
Mhm.
It was one of those shows. I'm kind of like, I'm not gonna let my 9-year-old nephew watch this. No,
Oh, it's not for kids.
no. And I might let my 15-year-old nephew watch it with me, but not my 9-year-old nephew. And then all of a sudden, when you and then I'm doing a spoiler alert here. When you see somebody's head get decapitated off with a car door, you're kind of like,
Look, we have to look. This is the same thing with the Deadpool movie. We have to get past the notion that comic book superheroes equals
Yeah.
kids content.
I know.
This
I
is
know.
something
Yeah.
that, like, ever since Dark Knight came out in 1986, comic books are not just for kids. They can be, but the medium itself is such an amazing form of storytelling that you could, like, Art Spiegelman did this 2-issue book called Mouse, and it's about his
Yeah.
dad's experience going through the Holocaust. It's fucking incredible. That it won a Pulitzer, I believe. That's literature, and it's a drawn comic book of mice. Like the Jews are mice, the Germans are cats, and like the Polish are dogs. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
So same thing
Yeah,
with
it's
Deadpool.
kinda like-
People are starting petitions. They're like, I want a PG-13. Why is there? Fuck off with your PG-13.
Fuck off
This
with
is
that.
for adults. We need an R-rated
Exactly.
superhero. Why does everything?
I'm waiting to go see that movie, man.
That's
I
right.
saw the trailer and I was like, I was hooked on it. Somebody on Blab actually went and watched a screening of it, and he said the first 10 minutes was like kind of bad. He wanted to leave, but then he gave it a chance and he loved
So here's
it.
what the first 10 minutes is. It's Ryan Reynolds before he's Deadpool. It's setting up the love story. I'm just guessing because
Yeah.
Okay.
once he becomes Deadpool, that movie cannot be bad. Like that's all fucking good
Okay.
shit right after that. So you got to have some exposition. There, you know, Rob Liefeld, who created Deadpool, he's seen it. He said it's great. He said the relationship is really the heart of the story. It's really a love story. Like Deadpool is doing this for his girlfriend or wife or whatever. Like that's the main.
Yeah.
That's one of his main motivations, and that always. We'll see how they handle a love story in this crazy, violent, fourth wall breaking.
Oh yeah.
Movie. I'm so excited to see.
And I wonder where Stan
Yeah, I
Lee's
can't
going to
wait.
come into play with it. I wonder where Stan Lee. That's my whole thing about going to see Marvel movies. Is I like to see where they put Stan Lee. I'm like, oh, there's Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Did you notice Rogue Boy does need to be
Like-
made into a superhero? It would be rated XXX. Did you know though that Fantastic Four piece of shit movie 2015 that came out was so bad.
Dude, I didn't even like
Dude,
that.
it was so bad
never
that
saw it yet.
there's no Stan Lee cameo in that movie. Like he
Oh,
cameos
really?
every single movie.
Okay.
He was like, I ain't fucking touching this piece of shit. Fuck you guys.
I wonder if it was. I wonder if it was
I didn't
any
like
better
any of
than
them.
I wonder if
You
it
know
was
when
any better
it's
than
shit.
1990s.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was any better than 1996 made for TV. NBC
No, they haven't
special.
made a good Fantastic Four movie yet. I'm putting this link in the blab. If you guys
No,
want a really
you know what I'm
listen.
talking about. The 1996 NBC made for TV movie.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Four. You know.
Oh, that. Okay. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
I remember
If you
it.
want a really entertaining listen, at this link right here, it's jockandnerd.com/75. There's a buddy of ours named Matt Delhauer. We're starting a series with him called What the Fuck Happened. The first episode is called What the Fuck Happened to Fantastic
Fuck
Four
Happened?
2015. So he breaks down the whole movie and with an awesome recap and analysis and talks about how shitty it was. It's so fun. He has an art of this. So we had him do Spider-Man 3 a long time ago, and then he did, and it's audio, so you can listen to it when you're walking around. And then he did Fantastic Four. So we're gonna do more movies. Like we could do like Green Lantern or the really bad X-Men Wolverines movie. Like bad.
Dude, Green Lantern was the
You ought to do
crappiest
How about
movie
every
you've ever
Hulk
seen.
movie?
Which one? Hulk? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Give me some more movies, guys, that we could skew.
I never watched
You
Hulk
need to
because I
you need the
hated that movie.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie. That's
Yeah,
the one.
that should have been good. What the fuck happened to that movie? I mean,
I love that
Right.
movie. That's my favorite movie, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's my favorite movie in the world. So, but
Green Lantern to me, like the first half was good, and then I've never seen a movie like just like Fantastic
that
Four.
movie
It
was
falls apart so fast. Like
that movie
it's
has
just-
bad action in it. And that
No,
movie,
nothing.
Ryan Reynolds
That
has said
movie-
he wants to play Deadpool forever. Like he'll just
yeah.
you don't have to worry about him not wanting to play Deadpool. I don't think.
The only thing I really liked him in was Two Guys, a Girl, in the Pizza Place. That's the only thing.
Oh, that was a sitcom. He was on that one. He's funny. He's done some good shit. What else has he done?
Two Guys, a Girl, in the Pizza Place. That's the only thing I liked in him.
Like he is Deadpool. Like the way he's doing this character, like he is channeling this character. It's amazing. Like
Yeah, I know it. That's
he's
amazing how he did it.
fucking Deadpool. What were these other movies? Oh, he was in R.I.P.D. Did anybody see that? R.I.P.D.
R.I.P.D. No.
No.
He was in
uh,
X-Men.
Yeah, he was in X Men.
Well,
Yeah,
and that was so. This
brief.
is interesting because I wonder if he's going to refer. Because in the movie, I feel like the character of Deadpool knows that he is in a movie and he's being played by Ryan Reynolds, and that there was a version of him. It's like so self-aware. He knows that he's a guy in a movie playing himself.
Yeah.
I hope he mentions that he was in a shitty movie. By the way, I also saw another article. I forgot to mention this. He says there's 100 Easter eggs in Deadpool. They've put in 100 Easter eggs, and to me, I love fucking Easter eggs. That's great. I'll be looking for that shit.
That's
but
like an
X-Men
Easter egg like every 2 minutes.
Yeah, how long is this movie? That's like every fucking minute there's an Easter egg somewhere in the background or a line.
What is it, like 2.5 hours long? Something like
No.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
It's the two.
I think
Yeah, it's
so.
gonna be a
No,
2.5
I don't think it's
hour
2.5. I think
What the shit is the run? That's a good question. What is the run
that's a good
time?
question.
108 minutes. It's not long. It's
Okay.
108.
that's not.
So yeah, it is an
Okay,
Easter
that's-
egg every minute.
That's an
Literally.
hour. That's an hour and a half. Then. I'm sorry.
Almost 2 hours.
I can't wait
Yeah.
for this.
Wow.
I can't wait for this.
Well, didn't he already referenced when they were getting his suit or whatever, and he was like,
The green
"Don't
suit
make it
or something.
green or whatever."
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
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 He's like, as long as it's not green.
Oh, he did some Family Guy. Green Lantern, Paper Man, The Proposal, X-Men Wolverine.
Yeah.
Not much.
And way down at the bottom of the list, Two Guys, a Girl, in Pizza Place.
Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
he's done little shit stuff, but he's like.
And then
also-
eventually they shortened the title to Two Guys and a Girl.
That's what
Harold
I
and
forgot
Kumar
about the
goes
Pizza
to
Place.
White Castle.
Was he in that?
He was in that one?
He was the male. That's right. He was the nurse when they go.
Oh, he was the nerd.
Remember?
Yeah.
When they go to get the weed from and Kumar has to perform a heart operation right there.
Yeah.
And then oh yeah,
He's the
he's the
the
nurse
doctor.
coming on to Harold. Or coming on to Kumar, he's like wiping his lips and like just like
Yeah.
making Google eyes at him. That was it.
That's a great movie. I
That
love
is a
those
great.
movies.
He was in Blade Trinity too. That was not bad. He had a pretty cool role as part of the fighting.
Didn't he play in that college one? What's that one?
What was
The college one in
yeah,
1990 something.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, isn't he Van Wilder? He's fucking Van
Yeah,
Wilder.
Van Wilder. That's
Yeah.
it. Van Wilder. That's it.
He's Van Wilder. Wait, was he?
Yeah.
I don't see it here.
I think so.
Was that another
Or
guy?
was it the other guy?
There was another guy. So there's another.
I
Oh no,
don't
he was Van Wilder. Party
Yeah.
Liaison 2022. There's another guy that I get Ryan Reynolds confused with. Who am I thinking of? Who's the
He was
other
in the
guy?
movie Just Friends.
The other guy?
Oh,
No,
you're
no, Ryan.
you're thinking of the guy from.
The other
Um,
guy.
Am I thinking of
Who's
Ryan
the other guy?
Gosling? There's another guy. Oh, Michael
Oh.
Scott.
no,
The guy in
No, I know
American
who-
Pie. I always get him confused with the guy from American Pie.
I don't know.
Which
I get him
guy?
mixed up.
Jack Black?
Check my
No.
hold on.
Okay, I'm like,
I
I
am
didn't think.
talking-
I don't know.
I get him mixed up with the guy from How I Met Your Mother, not
Jason Segel?
yeah, Jason Segel.
Yeah, Jason Segel,
Because
yeah.
I mean,
They
he
almost
looks
look like, yeah.
they look alike. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Sean William Scott is who I always confuse. Ryan
Scott.
Reynolds. Sean William
Oh,
Scott.
Sean William, okay.
But now Stifler.
yeah.
But now I
Yeah.
see that they're separate people. Also, there's a little bit of Ryan Gosling. But dude, this
Hey,
movie. Look, this movie
Two
is gonna be
Canadian
such
Ryans.
a breakout. Orgasmo. This movie's gonna be a breakout hit for him. Here's why: the guys are gonna go see it because it's Deadpool. It's R-rated. There's violence. The girls are gonna go see it because it's fucking Ryan Reynolds.
Because
girls
it's Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds.
exactly.
This
Hey,
is
he
gonna
was
be
in
a
episode of
huge
the X-Files.
franchise for Ryan Reynolds.
Speaking of really sexy people, did anybody see Jimmy
boy's not
Fallon's
here.
thing with Channing Tatum, where they like picked a girl off
No.
the street and they had Channing Tatum whisper in this chick's ear from like the
No.
hard candies for Valentine's?
No.
Oh, I
You
haven't
have
seen
to
that
watch
yet. I'll probably see it.
You have
Have you seen the lip,
Like-
the
like
lip
they
sync
put-
battle?
Oh my gosh, yes. And his
Jawan
wife
Tatum
is
and
like
his wife?
does his wife does like the choreography from
Holy shit!
Magic
She
Mike.
did a
I
lap.
like
She did a
Jimmy-
lap dance on him. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I like Jimmy
It was
Fallon.
great.
So that-
Yeah.
No,
I
no,
love
yeah,
them now.
Jimmy Fallon.
I
Jimmy
gotta-
Fallon got Guillermo and went to the street and they like picked a random woman and brought her in and there was like this red couch with like heart and like flowery pillows and there was a bowl of those heart candies with the sayings on them and so
Yeah.
he just took a heart out of it and he'd like whisper in her ear like, "Hey, sexy" or something. "Be mine," and then he would like feed them to her.
Oh,
And
really?
he like put his leg like on her lap and like did a little spin and like got in front of her and was like TTYL.
Watching
Wow.
that lip sync
You
battle,
should
I
watch it.
really love the Tatums. Like they were so cute together. They're so down to earth. They're so sincere and like regular people. And he's not afraid of like making fun of himself. They seem like cool people that I'll never meet.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan Reynolds was in the X Files once.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Huh?
Yes.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, he was in the X Files. He was also in another show. He was in an episode of Scrubs.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
And,
Yeah.
He's
Scrubs was
Yeah,
funny.
I feel like that you can find him in random stuff sometimes. I feel like I watch something and I'm like, oh shit, that's Ryan Reynolds. And it's
Yeah.
like some
Oh my
bullshit
God.
part.
he was in a show on Nickelodeon called 15.
There you go.
He was on Sabrina?
He was
He was on
There you
Sabrina, the Teenage Witch.
He
Yes.
was in Sabrina? I didn't even know that. Shit.
15.
Sabrina
First
the
gig,
Teenage
15.
Witch. Sabrina.
I used to watch that. I used to like that.
I've watched
I used to
every
like
single
that
episode of that. I don't remember his part, but it must have been real smart. The John Larroquette show.
Short-lived
Yeah.
John Larroquette show. I kind of remember that show. I love
Yeah,
John
I
Larroquette on Night
remember
Court,
that.
dude. He was great.
Now I remember that one episode of The Outer Limits, the new remake. He was in like 2 or 3 episodes of that. Three episodes of that. There's 2 guys, a girl, the pizza place. 2 guys, a girl.
First, this is the sequel Van Wilder. Who's in the other Van Wilder?
Paperman.
And then
Some of these movies I don't even know.
He's gonna blow up now, though. I mean, he's big,
He
but
is.
like this is
This is his movie. That Green Lantern one, that sucks for him.
I can't believe he's 39.
Oh shit, he's my age. When was he born?
He's 2 years younger.
76.
Oh, he's totally my age. When's his
Yeah,
birthday?
76. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 2
October
years younger than
23rd.
me.
Oh, I'm April 5th.
October 23rd of 76.
23rd.
So
yeah.
he's 2 years
I'm
younger
older than
me.
him. Fuck. God damn it.
I'm older than him by 2 years.
He doesn't look 39
By what?
though.
20 years?
Dude, people, look, this our generation, 40-year-olds don't look like 40-year-olds anymore. Like, it's all shit.
I mean, he's 11 years older than Blake
It's the
Lively.
food that we eat, man.
Like the same age.
It's preserving us. It's all the GMO high fructose corn syrup.
It's
I
the food
ingested
that
as
we
a
eat,
youth.
man.
Why do you
It's
think
pres-
I look like I'm 20?
It's preserved.
of
You're
the
really
food.
what, 60, 50? No. Look, do I look? How old do I look? I don't look. I'm gonna be 40. I don't look like I'm fucking 40. Or
You
maybe
don't
I
look
do.
like you're about to be 40.
Yeah,
You keep saying you all the time. You're like, I'm old, guys, but I don't think you look that old.
I'm old on
Maybe
the
it's the
outside.
white. Maybe it's the white in your beard.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
I'm literally still 12-year-old in my head. I've never grown.
You have Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah,
Peter Pan syndrome.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Toys R Us kid.
They got so many toys for me to play with. I don't remember the song.
We got so many toys. Man.
Does anybody
We
remember
got
that
toys
song?
and
That
games and
He remembers
We got-
it.
That's cool.
Video games. It's the biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz! I don't
Yeah, I
want to
remember
grow
that.
up, but baby, if I did, I wouldn't be a Toy R Us kid.
Yeah, I remember that song.
All right, so
You know,
I
I never went to Toys R Us as a kid.
What?
have you really,
You
Yeah,
missed
I
really.
used to go there all the time.
dude?
Well,
as a
I mean, I
kid,
lived in a-
walking into Toys R Us was the most fucking magical thing ever. You
I'll
might as
touch
well go to
everything.
Disney World.
I think I went once, and it was like for my birthday. But I mean, like I lived in a smaller town, and so we would have to drive like an hour and a half to go one.
Oh wow.
I just remember
I went
stacks of
one.
toys to the ceiling, and I would just be drooling, and it was like a fucking playground.
Yeah.
And I would,
Oh yeah.
I know.
I
I
Like
never-
PlayStation
I never
and
had
stuff
that
all set up.
experience.
13. I was like, and now,
I'll go in there
nowadays,
now, and I'll be like that.
Dude, I'm
I
always like
think
that.
it's
When I
open.
see like Transformer action
Yeah.
figures and stuff,
Toys
I'm
R
like,
Us
go
is not like it
with
was.
our-
Toys R Us is not like it was whenever we was kids. It is
No.
Emron. No,
It's more for the
it's
babies
not.
now instead of for us.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gee,
babies are us.
you got old school action figures from your youth?
Yeah, that's where the muscles.
Not anymore. I
came
used
from.
to. Not
You
anymore.
used to? That shit is worth. You should
Yeah.
have saved them. It's worth money. All that shit.
You know,
Well, my
I
parents gave it
probably
away,
have some
so
too.
it wasn't my fault.
My grandma like had all these obscure, crazy action figures, like from He-Man to we had like a Pee Wee Herman one.
Yeah.
I have
Like
that.
there was-
Transformers.
I think we ruined them
those.
all.
Dude, if you run into like the 70s Mego cloth action figures of superheroes, that shit is worth money. Those are collectibles. And there was actually,
Yeah.
they had cloth costumes on and they were kind of bendable. But I have
Yeah.
Toys comment.
Dude, I was
yeah,
8 years old when I watched Star Wars.
We had
Yeah.
something
Seven.
like that. We had something like that. It was a Pee Wee Herman doll, and it was
I've got
scary.
I've got my Pee Wee Herman ventriloquist doll. I found it the other day, and yeah, it's a Pee Wee Herman ventriloquist doll. I had a little string in the back, and you go hello, and you can make it talk.
I love that. Remember
Yeah,
the
ours
cherry-
talked too.
the
Maybe
cherry
we
doll.
had the same thing
Yeah, you
because
pull the
it was
string.
yay
No,
big.
this was actually a ventriloquist doll.
Oh, like a
you
big
put it
one.
in there.
Oh,
Oh, you had a big one. Wow.
Yeah, and it had Cherry with it too. I
Cherry,
still
you gotta have
it,
Cherry.
you know.
I think Pee Wee's coming back on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Netflix-
it's coming back to Netflix.
They're doing like a special.
They're doing a Netflix movie made for
Do you know
Netflix movie.
that Pee Wee Herman originally started on HBO as like for adults late at night. It wasn't even for fucking kids.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
Paul Rubens.
Why
It was
am I
like
not
seven-
surprised?
Swim flick or whatever.
it was
Yeah,
like
he just
78
had
or 79.
Yeah, on late night HBO, he just had a crazy imagination, Paul Rubens, and came up with this character. And then I remember watching it Saturday morning cartoons, man. I love the opening of Pee Wee and the show was
Yeah.
great and Cherry
Yeah.
and the fuck.
Saturday morning
Little-
cartoons.
He creeps the fuck
well,
out of me.
That was the
Really?
point of it.
Fucking
he made a creepy pedophile character like charming. Like he had made money with it.
And everybody loved it.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like you would love this fucking creepy dude because everyone kind of knew somebody like that, and you just like, okay.
I never fucking loved him. My sister, on the other hand, no, I hated Pee Wee Herman. He scared the shit out of me. My sister loved him though. That's why we had a doll of him because of her, and she would place it like in different parts of the house. Then I would go in there, and it would be like right there in my face, staring at me, and it would be the most fucked up thing ever. I'd be so pissed off. I'd just throw it out.
Hello. How are you?
Oh my god.
How you doing?
Larry Fishburne got his start on the show. He was Cowboy Curtis.
Yeah, and then
John Singleton was like working as a bouncer on the show, and that's when he met Fishburne and got him to do his college thesis movie, Boys in the Hood. Like that's how that shit
I remember that
because of Pee Wee Herman. And I think like Morgan Freeman was in there. Well, Morgan Freeman was on Electric Company.
No, he was on the Electric Company. Yeah. Yes, but what's that guy who was on the Saturday Night Live who passed away in the 80s? I can't think of. He was on there.
Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman. Yeah, Phil Hartman was on that show. Played Zombie.
Was he Zombie? Who was the king of cartoons?
That was Zombie.
Phil Hartman was Zombie?
Yes, Phil Hartman was Zombie. And he would always say, "Make a high, make a high."
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody remember Gumby?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I love Gumby.
I remember
that was
Eddie
my
Murphy
shit.
doing Gumby on SNL. I'm Gumby, damn it.
If you have a Roku, there's a Gumby station. A Gumby
really?
channel. Yes.
Really?
I saw it today. I was looking through. I just turned my Roku on, and I was like, well, let's see what the new.
You have Gumby on your deck.
Gumby on the dude. For years, I had a little Gumby action figure. Like you could. I just remember having it and playing with it.
Yeah, I had like a stretch.
Yeah, it was like
stretchable one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got a little bitty one somewhere.
Jordan, you've never seen Eddie Murphy play Gumby on Saturday Night Live in the 70s?
I'm Gumby, damn it.
He's so funny. He walks around. He's got an attitude. He's like, I'm Gumby, damn it. Who told you to say that?
Damn it, I'm Gumby.
No, I am. I'm Gumby. He's just like angry Gumby. It's the fucking funniest thing ever. I'm Gumby, damn it.
Gumby is my shit, y'all.
Gumby was weird too, though.
He's a weird character too.
Yeah.
Well, look at the shit they have today. There's so much weird shit now.
There's too many weird shit nowadays.
Yeah.
Everything's fucking weird.
I mean, Pokemon.
Like the first time I ever saw Uncle Grandpa, I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?
Who the fuck is Uncle
What is
Grandpa?
this?"
Who is Uncle Grandpa? See, I don't even know.
I don't know.
It's a show on Cartoon
You know
Network.
what? I'm sending you a link.
You guys see
He
Rick and
rides a
Morty?
tiger that
Okay,
like
one
shits
second.
rainbows.
I've seen bits and pieces of Rick and Morty.
Rick
a
and
lot
Morty's
of
pretty good, dude. It's
a lot
wacky.
of the
Oh no,
people-
Rick
yes.
and Morty is great.
It's
like
crazy.
it's like a cartoon version. It's like a cartoon version of Back to the Future almost. You know,
It's just wackier though.
But and for the first time I saw SpongeBob, I'm just like, what the heck is this? SpongeBob scared the ever living out of me the first time I saw it.
Really?
I'm like,
Really?
Yes, it scared me to death. I was like, oh my god. And then I've gotten used to it because my nephews, they watch them all the time, and then now I know somebody in the movie. The
Dude,
new
Tom
movie.
Kenny. Tom Kenny is a great voice actor, and he does lots of great.
Yeah, and the guy who plays Patrick, he played in Coach.
Checking
He
out.
played.
There's a link right there to a picture of Uncle Grandpa for you.
I'm on the website here.
The guy who played
Cartoon Network.
the guy who plays
Is Mike Hunt coming back? Anyone? Sorry. There's a question. I had to answer it. Is Mike Hunt joining? I think he's out for the night. I think Mike Hunt is looking for something else. Wait, I don't see the link. Oh, wait, right here.
Yes, I've seen.
What is that? He's the real tiger. With a rainbow coming out of his ass.
Yeah.
And a pizza slice with sunglasses.
That's the Uncle Grandpa show.
Uncle Grandpa, yes.
That's something I'd like to get lit to and watch. Sounds right up my alley.
I think somebody got lit to create that.
You had to. You're not coming up with that sober, my friend. There's no way.
What are kids gonna like? Let's smoke some weed and find out.
Dude, that's why
You're right.
Dude, that's why I've always wanted to work in children's programming. Because you could literally think of the wackiest shit and just create a universe, and the kids will just love it. They'll embrace it because kids don't give a fuck. You just give them a couple of parameters. That's why I've always wanted to do children's books, or just I kind of wanted to work as a puppeteer on Sesame Street. I always thought that was fun. But the kids,
love Sesame Street.
I love Sesame Street. Still to this day, I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
I can watch it.
Why don't they go on HBO? But okay, that's a
children's. I mean, it's the longest running kids show ever. You know? Yeah.
Why in the world is Sesame Street going to HBO? I don't know. That seems weird.
That's not a good movie.
Wasn't it PBS or whatever that was running it before?
Maybe they're out of money, but I thought they had
PBS probably ran out.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
You know, you're changing the whole thing. It goes from a publicly funded show to like a corporate HBO show.
Exactly.
And it's not going to be the same thing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not gonna see Bird.
You guys, let me. I'm just gonna close up the recording, and then I got a jet after this. But this has been the Jock and Nerd podcast. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Everyone, wave bye bye. I'm gonna play some music. Oh shit, Jock and Nerd.
Go stroke a barbell.
Jock and Nerd.